what is going to happen tonight.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the second day of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Final 2019, live from Guernsey. You join us at the KG5 ground where we have another interesting encounter ahead of us. Jersey, the second game of the day, are taking on another Scandinavian team, Norway. It's going to be another interesting match and they're going to be looking to make it 3 wins out of 3. I'm once again joined by Kira Metcalf here, where the sun isn't shining down like it was in the morning, but we have not the worst conditions for a game of cricket.
No, absolutely. And there's still a fair bit of crowd in, and we're really excited to get this game underway.
Well, this tournament, as you can see in the little video which was shown before, is all part of the qualification pathway to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup held in Australia in 2020. The winner of this tournament will progress to the global qualifier in the UAE, where they'll be playing alongside some of the larger associate nations: Hong Kong, Ireland, the Netherlands, Oman, Scotland, the UAE, Zimbabwe, and also Papua New Guinea. It's an incredible opportunity for one of these smaller European nations to get the opportunity to be one tournament away from playing in the T20 World Cup. Absolutely. I mean, incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting game. And we just watched Jersey roll over Denmark, and it was a fascinating game. And we're just going to get our first glimpse here today of Norway.
Well, Norway had a game yesterday, but it was unfortunately affected by the weather against, they were playing against Italy. What was the story from that one, Kira?
They set 151 off their 20 overs, losing 3 wickets. Some big scoring there, and it appears that Norway's batting is their absolute main skill. They're warming up bowling at the moment. They have a lot of bowlers. There's a young kid called, you might be able to pronounce it better than me.
Hayatullah Niazi.
Yes, apparently he's quite good with the bat and ball, left arm pace. So I'm really excited to see him on this deck. That from what we've seen earlier on, he should get some movement and lift.
Yeah, young Afghan refugee, and he played in the under-17s event last year, and according to our ICC Europe colleague Esther, was causing a bit of carnage and could be one of the quicker bowlers in the competition. But like you said, Jersey played earlier, and we were lucky enough to be at the KG5 ground commentating on that. And this is what it's done, and this is what happens. Well, this is what it's done to the points table currently. And we're just looking here. We see Jersey on top, 2 wins from 2 with 4 points. Italy also grabbed a victory over Germany at the other ground at the College Field. Again, on the 2 wins at the bottom here, we do see Norway and Guernsey. So if Norway don't get a victory here today, it's going to be difficult to see them progressing through.
Yeah, absolutely. Jersey are definitely the standout team from what we've seen in all facets of the game. They have really, their fielding is unbelievable. It's been a joy to watch. They're backing up with the bowling and then they're batting. So I'm interested to see them actually open up batting here today and see what format they go with.
Well, yes, Jersey did win the toss and have elected to bat first. An ambitious choice, considering that the way they went about the chase against Guernsey was pretty comprehensive, and the way they fielded and basically put self-destruct mode on the Denmark team earlier this afternoon, one could have felt that they maybe could have elected to bowl and got the game over and done with.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be a coach's decision where they want to maybe have a look at a different batting order. There could be many reasons, but I suppose they also want to go into the next games having some some confidence. By no means are we saying that we're rolling over Norway here at all, but just from what I've seen, they're going to be a really, really hard team to beat.
Well, the energy that the Jersey sides have is going to be one of the stories of this competition. An incredible display of fielding, like Kira has been saying, in the last game against Denmark, including some spectacular catching. And the highlight of that, and it will be a highlight for me for probably a long time, was the second incredible take from the wicketkeeper for Jersey, Jake Dunford.
Absolutely. He chased a ball nearly all the way to the boundary and still had to dive for it, held on to it, and again looked up, was it a catch? Was it a catch? And it was fantastic.
The celebrations from the team are wonderful to see. It's quite a young Jersey side as well. And one thing that you picked up as we just took a walk around the boundary beforehand, just gonna go grips again to the ground. We spotted the Jersey side again having a very loud and vocal training program before they begin this game. And you did make a sharp assessment of the noise sometimes has an impact.
Yeah, absolutely. I've kind of highlighted that it feels like it's their home ground. They've made it their own. Even when they're warming up, they're quite loud. They're not caught up in what's going on around them. They're totally caught up in their whole team, looking after each other. But it's obviously going well, and they're bringing it onto the pitch.
What does that do to an opposition team if you are on one side of the pitch and you see one of the other side absolutely giving it all, and it's just the warm-up?
Yeah, you have to really approach this and kind of just come along and start your warm-up and really concentrate on yourself and your own team. But when you have a team like that that's pretty vocal, loud, it's very hard. So there is some mental skill there behind that, and just saying concentrated yourself.
Well, we're just looking over, we see the opening batsman there for Jersey. It's probably going to be Nick Farabee and Corey Bisson. Corey Bisson, as the umpires there. Alan Haggo on your left as well. A fellow Scotsman like myself. We had a chat with them. Oh, what are you trying to... Don't look at me like that.
Well, you said you were English.
I'm half Scottish, half English. The listeners don't need to know this. It's called having dual nationality.
It's okay,
My parents.
it's okay. It's just another talking
for
point.
the viewers out there, the ones that can't see our faces, Kira pulled quite a face as I declared my nationality there. I'm sorry, I don't have your Irish blood
okay.
inside there. But the opening batsmen are just walking out now, and they're going to want to be off to an absolute flyer. Corey Bisson has been playing wonderfully at the start of this tournament so far, Kira.
Absolutely. They, all in all, they look like a really professional outfit. Just their approach, and even talking to the coach beforehand, we asked had they done some maybe baseball throwing, like where were they taking their inspiration from, and he just said the team are leading this sort of drive, and they keep each other up, and they all work so hard for each other, and it's really nice to watch.
Well, we just saw the Norwegian team, and as you can see on their screen, they're coming out to get in their fielding positions. They just had a big huddle there, and it ended with a 1-2-3, which is good to see them all pumped up. I tell you, they're going to need all the motivation they can gather if they can beat what is a Jersey team on a roll right now. They're looking to make it 3 wins out of 3, and they're on a roll to possibly finish top of this tournament.
So again, just going back to something I said, I think definitely Norway's strength is their batting. Yesterday playing Italy, they used 5 bowlers and they went for the 85 off 10, and then it was rain affected. Just seeing them warm up as well, they had some key spinners in place. And again, going back to this young guy who probably holds much of the attack together.
Well, we're just looking at the opening bowler there. It's going to be Junaid Shakay. Well, thumbs up for the umpire. The KGV ground. Again, a nice little bit of a crowd here. This is the men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals 2019 in Guernsey, and it's a great opportunity for the locals to grab a bit of international cricket here.
Temperatures drop a little.
It has definitely dropped a little.
I got a little bit of movement, ball up early. So they're sending a little bit more of an attacking field here. They've gone with a gully, slip, fine leg. And I think the one person they're going to have out at the moment is going to be a third man. So just a little bit more attacking than some other teams have gone.
Well, how's the power play affected the games recently, Kira? It's played a part in all 3 of the games. Different teams have gone about it different ways.
Yeah.
We saw Jersey really restrict Denmark in the power play in the last game.
Yeah, it's definitely, because once they spread the field as well, it just opens up gaps. But
it's just been Off the driver on the ground there, collected.
Yeah, it's
Well,
definitely played its part. Sorry, I didn't finish that comment.
That's
there.
absolutely fine. Well, dot ball to begin this. Nick Farabee, the batsman. And that's just guided there.
Nice shot and well placed fielder.
Well, Norway, we talk about the importance of Jersey getting another win here in their double-header day. Norway would be keen to add on a lot of pressure and cause an upset right now. How important would a victory here be for them?
I'd say they'd also love a full game of cricket. Just rain affected cricket, we all hate it.
In comes the bowler again.
That seemed to slow up. Jersey, just from what we've seen of them, will have a clear plan about how they want to go about their batting. So I'm interested to see it unfold.
Well, another one gets past the batsman there. Nick Verby just kind of struggling to get a grip to this. The 19-year-old bowling right now. Good bit of fast medium pace here. To begin the proceedings at the KGV ground. What can he summon? Maybe another early wicket. And that's hit well down the ground. That's going to be going
Fantastic shot.
4 runs. Shot through the covers there.
A little bit fuller, just the right line for the batter to extend his arms through it.
Well,
A little bit too much width, I suppose.
handballs are going to be punished here. I think one of the reasons leading to Jersey's decision to bat first is I think they want to see their ability in putting on a big total.
Absolutely.
Well, Norway, a great Scandinavian team here, along with Denmark, going to make their mark on European cricket. That's just pushed forward there and picked up by a young bowler.
Nice comeback, good movement off the ball. Just Norway might just need to pick up their energy a little bit. This is an international game. It has got a little bit duller and a little bit more overcast, doesn't it? It can affect the little feel of when you're out in the pitch.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you know, when the sun's shining, that might lift the spirits when you're out there.
Yeah, but they have to drive this too.
In comes the youngster. That's just off the pad, but they're going to run it by that. Wow, that's good vision there from Corey Bisson. It's good running. Good start to the over.
I think it's a good start for Jersey. I don't think they'd be overly worried about that. They took their singles.
How would you feel as a bowler? How did you feel as a bowler when, you know, you're easing yourself into the game and then suddenly you bowl one, duff one, maybe give a little bit too much width and the batsman punishes you? What do you have to say to yourself mentally?
You have to back your skill and make sure your field is set correctly and just go again. Just, you know, reset each time.
I'm just going to wait for the scorecard underneath to update. We'll be supplying information throughout the game. So we see a change of bowling. Someone going to be opening it up now. The name of this end, Budoy. Am I completely wrong?
This end.
This end. Well, this is this end.
We'll just leave it at this end.
Well, this is the man. This is the 18-year-old Hayatu Niatsi, possibly the fastest bowler in the tournament. And just clip that one. Full short, down a fine leg. Wicketkeeper does the save there. And this guy, Niatsi, young, rapid left-arm seam bowler. He's actually just had a trial with Essex Cricket Club. Possible county interest as well.
He picked up a wicket yesterday against Italy. 2 overs for 19. He'll definitely need to bowl tighter lines here again today against Jersey.
Well, 5 for nothing right now. And that's a display of the pace that Niatzi can hold. That's a much quicker delivery.
It's like he holds back his action, and it's like a spring. Yeah, he needs to find his line here. There's no doubt there's pace there. How would you feel facing him, Ian?
Well, you know, I'd rather not. But my batting ability could maybe stretch. Well, that one's a wonderful little shot there.
Fantastic shot again. Shorter ball width, and the batter extends his hands through it. It can be very effective pace, but if it's not the right line, you get anything on it and it's going to the boundary. So again, on this first 6 with 2 fielders out, he has to get his line correct. He has a fine leg out, and that seems to be it at the moment.
There's that pace again, but he's pulled that, and that's going to head along. We've got a sweeper now heading into square leg. Picked up, and they run the 2 there. Well, that's good cricket all round from both sides.
Again, going with the shorter option, batter rocks back a little bit and pulls it over to leg side. Sorry, my bad, he actually has a 3rd man out as well.
Well, Corey Bisson, we've seen some wonderful striking from him. A half century in the first game, real display of power hitting. In the last game against Denmark, he again showed a bit more temperament, but he has the ability to find the boundary here at KGV. Well, there's a no there, that's better line from Niazi. 2 to come, it's a signal from the umpire.
He's getting close to the no ball line as well. Again, this young bowler has to assess the conditions. This wicket is, it's 4 games old now, so he'll have to have a look how he's going to approach this.
Gives a much fuller delivery there, and that's beat the bat. Bisson.
Definitely a better option with the field he has set. Again, the batters, I don't think it's overly troubling for Jersey.
The opportunity to play in the global qualifier is something that both teams are going to want to grab with both hands. So he gives a shorter delivery, and that's an absolutely fantastic shot, and that's been pulled for 6.
Fantastic shot. Again, rocks back, uses the bounce, the short ball, and takes it over. Just on one thing, I would have liked the fielder to be actually on the rope, walking in. You can never tell that would he have taken it if he jumped, if he'd been on the rope. But it's one of those, yeah.
Certainly would have been incredibly impressive if the fielder managed to get that. But like you said, he was standing a little in.
Yeah.
If he's been called to stand there on the boundary, that long leg.
Sometimes these conversations happen beforehand. You decide that if you're going to be a boundary rider, you literally are on the rope and you're not necessarily walking in, because you'll see even on TV in some of the World Cup games, guys get 5 or 10 steps. They get caught in and the ball just sails over their head, and it could have been a catch.
Wow. A young opening bowling partnership here for the Norwegians. That's one of cricket's most northern outposts. But the sport has been growing, considering there's only 5 million people in Norway. And that's a great delivery there. Strikes him on the pads, and that's much better. Managed to sneak a single and grab a bye there.
Interesting feel to this game. It doesn't feel like a 20 over.
I think I get what you mean, actually.
It feels a bit more quiet. It feels...
I think it's a little quieter on the grounds.
Yeah.
And I think we just need, like we've been saying in the recent games, we've been talking about moments.
Yeah, or tempo.
And at the moment, it's a slightly sluggish start. It's a bit nervy. And the atmosphere is very quiet around the ground here. The bowler comes in again. It's a wonderful action. That leading arm, slinging the ball over his shoulder. Well, Corey Bisson's facing. That's wonderful caught. Just missed by the player at point there. As another one's running to the boundary. And it just skids over. He almost got it there. He slid. Foot forward, almost like a football tackle. But the ball managed to just ease over the boundary for 4.
There's again the pace we spoke about, Ian. It's just you get something on it and it's travelling. It's coming off the ground, although the grass looks as if it's after growing dramatically overnight, has it?
I was about to say. Well,
It does look a little bit long.
It looks a little longer than we saw yesterday. I'm not sure if the weather's had anything to do with that. It does dry up very quickly here at KGV. And that's going to be... Oh, and if there was a player back there, it would have been caught. But it finds the edge. And returns safely to the keeper from third man. Well, the ball is carrying. We've seen that from that end. Someone bowling from the 3G end, the hockey pitch end, which has been referred to, the Astro end. As he comes in again. And again, that ball just pitches up nicely, and you can punish that. You cannot be delivering balls like that to Corey Bisson in this tournament.
Great shot. Just too short. He needs to. He's kind of caught between both at the moment. Just on this, I think the mid wicket could be around a little bit more.
Well, he pushes that ball forward onto the leg side, and they're going to get just the one here as the fielder comes sliding in for Norway and retrieves that on the offside. Well, that's the end of the over here. Let's just wait for the scoring system to update. There is a very weird atmosphere around the ground right now, Kira. I know what you mean. Just someone's going to need to create a bit of moment, and a moment of magic. Just to ease the tension. You can really, I do not like the expression, but I will say it. Cut the tension with a knife. I know.
He's gone there.
I've gone there. I've stepped. It's only been 4 games, and the cliches are coming out. But
Okay.
you really can. It's very
It is.
nervy.
I suppose Norway just maybe are approaching this game slightly different, where we'd feel it off Jersey how they're approaching it with high energy.
Absolutely.
This guy's got to get his line now, and
that's-
especially his length.
He's been punished a few times, but in comes 18-year-old. And that's a much better line. Big shout there for the foot. And
There we go.
that's Alan Hager.
That's what he's capable of.
The umpire there remains motionless. Well, that's what happens, like you said, when he finds the line. Can go darting in. And Nick Farabee in all sorts of positions there. Well, this ends. This is the Hoto ends. We've been told what it's called, but my French is not good enough. As he comes in again. It's a much better line. It's just driven forwards.
Better energy, good all around.
Retrieved by the man at point. And like you said, hard throw in there to the keeper. Is that going to make the difference in this tournament, this energy?
Absolutely. That just switches on everyone. You can hear it straight away. They're all talking up. It's little things like that.
And that's much better bowling there. Forcing the forward defence. He cannot swing his arms through that one, can Nick Farabee. So you asked if I want to face him. Would you like to face him?
No, absolutely not.
There we go. A nice astute answer there from
Yeah,
Kira.
I'm not going to, dance around the subject.
What was your...
Three dot balls, mini maiden. Fielders need to help him build that pressure.
That's been off to drive. And it's going to go for the covers for 4.
Fantastic shot.
And another, as soon as the bad ball's delivered, a bit of width. And he just swings his arms through that and grabs another boundary.
Yeah, I don't think he got it wrong with the actual the length, but it was his line. He just allowed him just to free his hands. It's just a release shot that actually allows the batters to stay on top of the Norwegians.
Absolutely. Well, he had a nice start to the over. Afghan refugee playing cricket for Norway. Tries the scoop shot there and it just strikes the pad. And that was overly ambitious, I think, dealing with the pace that he's got. There we go, a bit of encouragement from the Norwegian captain.
That's it. He's just telling him to keep basic. Smart bowling is the cry.
And that's a big appeal there. Umpire Hager remains motionless. Well, it's good to see the side all jumping in unison once again. Bit more energy on the pitch. But how do the Jersey batsmen deal with this? They're not getting much from the Norwegians. Just got an opening partnership with pace. Is it just a case of battling through?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't need to change it at the moment. That's why I was kind of interested why he decided to play the fancy shot 2 shots ago.
And that's just off the pad there. Could have had leg byes. Almost a run out on the other end.
Good over. Good over.
It's a good response. Well,
I'd like to see now, after Norway have built up a bit of pressure here again, they're walking to their positions if you look at it. Jogging through, throwing the ball around, you know, lots of energy. It definitely sends a message to the Jersey guys.
well, some viewers may be surprised to hear about Norway playing cricket. It is a surprising nation, but it did grow slowly through the 1980s. The Asian immigrants started playing cricket in and around Oslo. The first Norwegian cricket club was actually founded in 1974. It began to pick up interest in the 1990s. In 1994, the Norwegian Cricket Federation was established. And in 2000, in June, Norway gained affiliate members with the ICC. And here they are in the Europe finals of the men's T20 World Cup 2019. What a story.
Fantastic story. And a lot of the teams that are actually in this tournament this year have lots of different stories.
It's easy, good to remember as well that not all these players, pretty much everyone, are not full-time professional athletes. Well, big appeal there, and he's given him out. And that's Corey Bisson. He's making this way. A change of bowler, and suddenly the wicket's been struck. Well, that could be the energy boost that this Norwegian side wanted. A little change up from the 3G end. And big kidding, Corey Bisson is on his way back to the pavilion.
I totally agree. And they have lots of spinners here. They need to mix it up as much as possible. Not let the Jersey guys settle at all. And let's see a bit more energy.
Well, as you can see, the new batsman's coming in.
I think it's a left-hander.
This could be Ben Stevens coming in at 3. He's made a couple of nice appearances so far. As we're being attacked by flies in the commentary box here. Ben Stevens lining up there, batting with Nick Ferraby. Ben Stevens has played well in the 2 games he's had. If you're just joining us, it's the clash between Jersey, currently 2 from 2. 2 wins from 2. Playing Norway. Lost their first game against Italy. Abandoned due to rain, but Italy got it on the Duckworth-Lewis system method. Reaching that pass score, a couple of big hitting shots at the end. Well, Bahat managed to grab the wicket. Struck LBW, a wicket at Corey Besson. I think the energy levels have risen in the field, but they are a very quiet team.
They are.
He goes again. That's well left by Ben Stevens. So what do you do in this situation? You're a captain, Kira. What do you tell your team? Keep driving forward.
For Norway?
For Norway, pardon me. Should have made that clear. Tries a reverse sweep, and that's a good shot, but it's just found run-out opportunity.
The gloves, or the ball wasn't in his hands.
Well, that just popped back to third man.
Yeah, no, I think you've touched on it there. I think Norway have a different approach to Jersey. Obviously, it's not as high energy. That doesn't mean that they're not trying. They're going about it in their way. The change of bowling has brought on a wicket, and also maybe changing it from both ends, trying a few different fielding positions, putting Jersey under pressure.
That's a good shot from Ben Stevens there. Just finding the man.
So just at the moment, the only fielder they have out is a deep mid wicket. And is it long on? Yeah, long on, my bad.
They have a long on, yes.
Sorry, their shirts don't allow me to see it.
Well, that's just rolled back, and it's going to roll to the boundary, but I think the man at third man is going to catch this before he goes for 4. He does very well, retrieves the ball, and they're only going to run, what is the 3 there? Well, that's good running by the batsman for Jersey. Nick Ferraby's going to be facing.
So he gave that as bye, so well bowled. Interesting shot again.
Well, we swept that again. It finds the player just at gully. And that's the end of the 4th over. 36 for 1. We apologise for no graphics on screen. Scorers are just fixing that up with some technical difficulties, but it turns into a bit of radio commentary for us. Well,
We're going to have a change of bowling this end as well, Ian.
excellent.
I can't see the number on the jersey.
This is Iqbal. It's number 47. Raza Iqbal.
Captain bringing on himself.
Always a bold decision.
No, well, for Denmark it was very effective. Hamid Shah got some wickets.
Picked up 4 wickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a fantastic display of bowling from this end as well.
So he's got a deep square leg and a mid-on back.
And he gives him a great first delivery there. Nice and full. Forcing Ben Stevens just to play that forward. Right back into the hands of Iqbal. Again, full of delivery. And he advances down the crease. And Ben Stevens gets a little more on that. And they're going to run 2 here. Nick Faraby's going to have to chase hard. That's good running from the Jersey batsman. Finds the player at mid-on. Well, like you said, it doesn't have the feeling of a T20 match, does it? If we compare this to the atmosphere that was around in the first game.
Yeah.
maybe a few of the fans have had a couple of shandies. And he strikes that forward. That's a lofted drive, and that's going to go for 4. A wonderful shot through the covers by Ben Stevens.
Really nice up and over shot. Again, not a high risk shot at this time. The fielders are still in.
Well, we've seen a lot of that. This wicket does make do. If you give something a little shorter, the batsmen aren't afraid just to take a couple strides down, play their arms through it.
Just bringing in mid-on and dropping out extra cover, or cover.
We got a full delivery there, and that's well done. That's man at mid-on has done very well there to stop that ball from running to the boundary. Brought him up a little bit from long on. And having another change up here. Iqbal just sorting out, Captain Iqbal just sorting out his field. Just roll past. That's going to hit the man at point. And that's much better there from the Norwegian fielders. A bit more intent in their throwing.
Not a bad over. Again, maybe a little bit easy for Jersey. It's not overly challenging them. Challenging.
Yeah.
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 That'll do. It's one word. It's easier.
Not overly challenging. Well, I think that's probably the best way to say it. It's been a slow start, 5 overs down. $47 for 1.
Last over in the power play.
Are they going to make hold of this? This is a very different challenge for Jersey, though. You know, they've had the...
It must be 6. Oh. Misfield there, that's cost Norwegians 2 or 3 runs. Hart coming from the far end again. Picked up a wicket in his last over. Just the left hand, right hand. The fielders haven't set yet. So they're challenging for them at the moment.
Oh, we've talked about this in all the games we've played. The left hand and right hand in combination. How difficult is it for a captain to keep this alternation?
Well, I think at this standard, it should be. You should be pretty switched on, and you should have your game plan. So, but I suppose. Well fielded, well done. There we go, little moments like that, you can hear it, everyone starts clapping. A little bit of pressure.
Well, Bahar does the fielding himself. Gives him the full toss and the reverse sweep comes out again. And that's going to roll away for 4. No fielder bothering to make the effort to chase that. And allowing that to swiftly roll for 4. Another 4 runs onto the scoreboard. Another 4 runs for Ben Stevens. This is a little... If we compare this to the fielding effort of Jersey. Hart comes in again. Strides forwards. And a nice drive. Landed it long off. Picked up nicely, and just to single that, if you compare this to the energy that we've seen, not even from Guernsey and Denmark, this is odd.
Yeah, a change. Well bowled. I do feel though that Jersey must go about their game set their game plans and their batting plans, and really keep the energy up, really push through, and try set a high score.
Well, this is one of 2 games on right now in the afternoon fixtures. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe final. The other game, Italy versus Guernsey, happening at College Field. Our colleague Andrew Leonard is on commentary duties for that, and it'll make an interesting encounter. We've basically got the 2 now favourites and 2 teams at the top of the table playing their double headers today, and this is Italy and Jersey. So it's going to be very interesting when the 2 teams will be meeting on the final day, or the Wednesday 19th. They'll be meeting, and oof, what an encounter that could be.
Absolutely. Captain again, bowling from this end. 47 on his shirt.
Well, 56 for 1. He tries the big appeal and he's given out. They wanted the reverse sweep there. And Nick Faraby's going to have to walk. That looked plumb.
It certainly did. I'm going to question that shot selection when I don't think it was necessarily needed. By no means am I ruling out the reverse sweep. It's definitely a shot in the modern short game, but I just don't think it was necessarily needed right now.
I think Faraby heads back to the pavilion, and it's looking like John T. Jannon's going to be the new man at the crease, and we're going to see a Stevens-Jenner partnership once again. They did very well in the last game. As you've seen the Norwegian team on the screen just a minute ago. A bit more enthusiasm, encouragement. 56 for 1 in the 8th over. 56 for 2. Pardon me. Full of errors. Anyway, Johnny Jones heading into the crease. And him and Ben Stevens again, another right-handed, left-handed partnership. John T. Jenner. Not to face Iqbal. And just push forward there, back into the hands of the bowler. Well, Jenner, if you've watched before, you've heard us speak about his cricketing past. Iqbal, deliberate white ball pace, big appeal there, massive appeal from the Norwegian team. And umpire Hager remains motionless. Well, a bit more energy. It seems to be the only time we're getting a bit of energy out of the Norwegian fielders is from the appeals.
But I don't think we necessarily have to take it as a negative. I just think they go about it slightly different.
They do,
maybe.
no. I
Yes,
mean, it's not meant as a criticism.
No, absolutely.
And he gives him a bit more of the fuller delivery there. And that shot away. Nice.
A little bit of width. Nice single. Play himself in.
Well, they've just changed up the strike here as Ben Stevens is now his turn to face Iqbal, the left-hander, so this fielding centers just switch around a little bit. Well, 58 for 2 now. 1 delivery to come. It's been a pretty good over so far. And that's a nice way to finish it. Just pushes that one short. Onto the leg side. And Iqbal once again. Having a great over. Manages to get the wicket of Nick Faraby. Now, Kira, we're nearing on the 10 overs here. What can Jersey aim for?
That's actually interesting what the conversations are out there or what they've set. I'm sure they'd like to push on and break the 130, 140. Maybe they're happy with that. I don't know. It's an interesting approach.
Well, I think they're going to have to rely on John T. Jenner here to have another good innings.
I think there's another change of bowling from the far end.
Oh, this is Saeed Wakas Ahmed.
I'm glad I've left some of the name, pronouncing to you.
Well, I wouldn't mind hearing you have an attempt at some of them, to be honest, Kira.
It's tactical.
Well, wait till we're out in Spain. Well, that one's just going to roll away, and they're only going to grab the 2 there. That slips behind. Well, pops down a 3rd man.
Again, I'd like to see Jersey push for 3 there and that.
Oh, and he tries to reverse sweep. It's hit the pad. And no movement there from the umpire.
Every so often asking questions of Jersey.
Oh, they seem to keep going for the
Absolutely,
sweep shot,
yeah.
and it's been a couple of not necessarily silly shots, but maybe unnecessary shots that maybe cause wickets. And that one's just late cut there. Lovely. Good running there from Jonty Jenner to secure the single. That's met with applause from his teammates on the pavilion edge there. So score moves to 61 for 2. Saeed Ahmed. You can see this is Jersey. It's Jonty Jenner on your screen right there. Played 12th man for England against South Africa in 2017. He just plays that one into his leg side, uses his wrist well there, and they just secure a single. Stevens and Jenner, always good communication between the crease. As the overcast conditions continue here, the KG5 grounds. Overcast conditions, unlike what we had this morning, with wonderful blue skies and sunshine. It's a wonderful shot forward, but it could be out. Tries it, but it's gone for 6. Ben Stevens went up and over with that shot. Oh, and he's played that very well, just cuts that off. Finds him a deep point. That's a nice end to the over there for the batsman. Plenty off it. Still 11 runs. Not the best start for Saeed Wakas Ahmed. They're the 2 batsmen in the middle. All smiles on Jonty Jenner's face. I think he's going to be happy to watch Ben Stevens have a little bit of a bat. Well, no more power play. We've got a long on, a long off. And that struck the pad, but they're going to run like buys here. Umpire, pardon me, the wicketkeeper chucks off one of his gloves and is determined to go after that. Does the fielding for his fielders. Well, Iqbal, the captain. And that's it very well. Driven hard. Misses the hands of the fielder. Picked up again by the man that was at long off and retrieved and thrown over to the wicketkeeper. And that's met with support from the Norwegian team.
That was hit very hard. Quick hand speed. But then the communication between the batters was really good. From the word go, there was 2 and they committed to it. Still a lot of field changing. They haven't quite settled into the rhythm.
Oh, as he goes for the scoop shot. Very well executed there by Jenna. They're looking to run 2 here. It would have been ambitious. And it's thrown very, very hard. But in, just securing the 1 there. It's a lovely shot by Jenna. But we were talking about this beforehand. This constant field movement in T20 cricket is an essential part of it.
Well, I suppose every ball is a little mini challenge in itself. So yes, but...
And that's struck on the pad there. And that's just going to be a dot ball. 2 comes the signal from the umpire there.
Yeah, you'll definitely have game plans to each batter, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to move every ball.
Goes for the reverse sweep there. Jonty Jenner hard in again. Runs another single. And again, it just shows the encouragement. Ben Stevens calling for a drink. So we might have a little drinks break at the end of this over. 1 to come from Iqbal, the captain bowling from the hotel end here at the KG5 ground. And that struck the pad, and there was cries of ooh, but not enough for a big appeal, and that's the end of the over. We're just going to have drinks break here. Let's just look at the scorecard so far for the batting team. Well, Nick Farabee and Corey Bisson, both under 20 on 19 and 17 respectively. But once again, Stevens and Jenner with a nice middle order partnership.
Absolutely. Keeping the run sticking over. If you look at that, actually, there's another top scorer on that sheet, and it's the extras. So they have to keep an eye on that. It's interesting as well. The umpires will be keeping time on how long they're taking in between each ball. Or each over. There's a lot of chatting going on, a lot of field movement, and in T20 cricket you have to be aware of that, or you'll lose overs or runs, depending. Seems to be another change of bowling from the far end.
Well, Abdullah Sheikh.
My bad. That's not a change of bowling?
Oh no, I believe it is.
Yes,
no, it is.
sorry,
There was
yeah.
2. There was 2. And he's gone high, but there's a fielder there. Could it be caught? Oh, he just misses it, and it's going to roll for 4.
That would have been a fantastic catch. Good effort. I'd rather see someone commit to it and miss than just let it bounce.
Well, there was a man right there. A deep fine leg came running in. Like you said, he committed hard. And the ball just evaded his hands, bounced, almost past him, and ran over the boundary for 4. It's a good shot by Ben Stevens, 24 off 22. They're looking to attack the bowlers here as he drives again. They want to run 2, but they just couldn't call for no there, and just the single.
Good fielding. Really
That's
good.
a bit more aggression on the fielding there from the Norwegian side.
Absolutely. Really good in off the rope. Straight into the keeper's hands.
Well, Jonty Jenner's going to get his opportunity now to face Abdullah Shaikhi. And what a shot there. He pulls that and he finds the boundary. Misses the fielder there at deep square leg and just pierces through the gap. And that's another 4 runs onto the score. It's a great shot by Jenner.
Great shot. Also just a little bit short. He was just well able to get his hands through that. Again, going back to line and length. It's at this level you have to be consistent or you'll get punished.
Well, here comes Shaikhi again. Again, pulled well. I don't think this one's going to find the gap. There's going to be a fielder there. Picked up a deep square leg. And they run 2. Well, the Jersey team on the pavilion are giving all the support they can for this partnership. At the moment, 85 for 2 after 10.4 overs. They're looking at a nice score here, Kira.
Absolutely, and I don't think it's troubling them to get to the score.
And that one's just cut away there. And it's just, oh, well, the fielder at point there does very well Dives onto his right-hand side and picks that up. Saves a certain 2. 86 for 2 now the score. Stevens on strike.
Run rate is creeping up as well.
7.94 and over. And that's just pushed away nicely along the ground. On the onside, Stephen aggressive no there, just calling for a 1. They're very happy. Well, it was a runner ball there. 4-1, 4-2, 1-1. That's a great over there for the Guernsey batsman. Just going to take a look at the bowling figures here for Norway. Like you said, they've given away a fair few extras. It's been quite expensive for every one of them. So it comes up here, just the 2 wickets for Bahat and Iqbal, both claiming them. But if you look at these economy figures, what are we thinking, Kira?
Yeah, no one's really set into a huge rhythm. Young, I can't pronounce his name, Halatula?
Halatula Niatsi?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Not too.
I think his second over was much better. But again, I suppose he'll come back into play later on. But they really need to get someone that's going to be a little consistent for a couple of overs.
Tries the scoop shot.
Nice shot.
And that's just put almost a reverse sweep. And that's a well run 2 there by Ben Stevens. Puts that one back to fine leg. The score moves on again to 89 for 2. Ben Stevens batting very well here, 28 of 25 balls. And he gives him the full toss there. Received very well by the bowler. Iqbal bowling his final. This is the captain here, bowling his final over of the game. Can only bowl the 4 overs in T20 cricket. Again, gives him a bit more of a full, and it's a lofted drive. Puts that onto the onside. Finds the fielder there at long on. And again, just runs a nice 2. These guys are pretty content with just keeping the scoreboard ticking over.
Absolutely. There's no pressure on them at the moment.
Again, goes for that reverse sweep. Puts that back to fine leg. There's a man there sweeping. Arrives at deep fine leg. It's not the best throw in, but it arrives at the wicket keeper safe and surely, and that's just a single there. So it's a good bit of fielding all round. Well, if you're just tuning in, this is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Final 2019. Live from Guernsey, Ian Leggett and Kira Metcalf, your commentators at the KG5 ground in Guernsey. Denmark versus Jersey. Pardon me, Norway versus Jersey. That was the morning game. That one's just collected at long on, pardon me. And puts Ben Stevens back on strike. A lot at stake in these games. Jersey going for their 3rd win in the competition, 3 from 3. Big sweep shot there. I don't think he got bat on ball, but it's just, we're going to roll back, and I think that's going to go for 4 if you see the top of your screen there. And that's another 4. I'll be interested to see if that's given us byes. And it's just given us a 4. Well, he did get a bit of bat on ball.
Yeah. Just, I'm saying 3 shots in that over obviously have gone down leg because he's used the sweep shot. Again, coming back to line, he needs to tighten that up. These guys will just play it around the field all day long.
Wow, Iqbal finishes on 24. It was 4 byes, pardon me. It was 4 byes. Iqbal finishes on 20 and 1 wicket from his 4 overs. Stevens moves on to 31 of his 29 balls.
So his overs aren't actually that bad. 20 off 4 overs. It wasn't T20 cricket, but he just needs someone else to support him. He needs to be able to build up a bit of pressure, hand it over to someone at the other end, and see the pressure continued and hopefully bring on a wicket.
Well, Jersey looking for a big score right now. At this current run rate, they'll be heading towards 135 plus. As we enter the 13th over here. This is Bahat. And that's just pushed forward onto the leg side there by Johnny Jenner. So quick between the wickets. He really does get his sprinting legs on, doesn't he?
Absolutely. It actually wasn't a bad ball. A nice little shot, soft hands, and the easy 2 there. It's just they're going to have a look at their field and pick a line that they want to bowl and really set their field properly to that.
So how do you do that? As a captain, what is the advice? Bahat comes in again. And he tries almost a cut shot there, but it was halfway between a cut and a drive, and it almost gave up halfway through. Delivered back to the bowler, pardon me. And he tries that late cut. Bowler gets the best of him there.
A little bit quicker. Yeah, again, obviously they would have sat down and have game plans. Hopefully they're all sticking to it. Sometimes a little bit of nerves, a little adrenaline, people change up what they're actually doing.
And that's gone high in the air. There's a fielder coming underneath it. Drops the catch. That long on. Jonty Jenner gets a lifeline there. It was a difficult opportunity, but probably should have taken it.
I totally agree. He actually overran it. And then tried to adjust himself and jumped, but that should have been taken.
Well, 101 for 2 now. Johnny Jenner just plays a little sweep. Versus who's Ben Stevens on for the final ball of the over. Well, a lifeline to Jonty Jenner. A difficult catch we've just seen here. Lofted high into the air. Did not have the power on it to reach the boundary, and the man at long on ran forward and overcooked it, as Kira says, and drops a pretty reasonable catch.
Yeah,
that's actually normally the position that Jonty Jenner feels at as well. And that's just, well, I believe there was a bit of bat on ball there. Maybe an ambitious call from the bowler as we come to the end of the over. 102 for 2 and a lifeline for Jenner. So you have watched a lot. Well, we've watched the 3 games that Jersey have played. What would your tactics be against them if you were going in?
I don't know. It's quite hard. Again, going back to the line of the bowlers, you have to give yourself a chance by bowling proper line and length, and then you can set your fields and hopefully build pressure from that. A little bit more energy. Get the keeper talking up a little bit more, moving between the wickets. All of these little things build up. It's a little bit flat. Like ideally that wicket would have been taking, they're celebrating now and there's a bit more energy going into the next ball, but they've got to find it from somewhere else.
Well, again, overcast conditions still at the KG5 ground. This is Walid Gahuri having his first appearance in the game, bowling from the Hoto end, as we've named it. There is a name for it. But one,
excuse me,
and I feel, well, both of us. The Hoto is not Inglewood. It should be the retirement home end, actually. Well, Jenner to face Gahuri. And that's struck well. Cut shot, and I think it's going to reach the boundary as the man reached it. Well, there was a man at deep extra point sprinting over, but that's a fantastic shot from Jonty Jenner as the 2 batsmen just clink their bats in the middle. And business as usual. It continues.
There's not much you can do to that. That is a fantastic shot.
Well timed. Uses his feet well. Just struck that fantastically. If you were the Jersey coach, all smiles right now.
Absolutely, but he also wants something to... they'll have plans to get something out of this first innings, so I'm sure they're trying to reach little goals as well.
Gives him a fuller delivery there, but that's played onto the leg side very well. Guy comes in from square leg and just picks that up nicely. So these little goals, is it milestones for the players? Is it milestones for the team? Is it executing targets? Well, what does that mean?
All of the above, yeah, absolutely. They might have set a target that they'd like to reach, to really push themselves, see what they're capable of. They might be working on facing a certain bowler, just for the games later on in the competition, so they're covering all areas.
Well,
Jersey also look like a team that they're very hungry to play cricket and to advance to the next level. So every all time out in the middle is absolutely valuable.
well, the nature of associate cricket, not always getting international game time, and a tournament like this provides them with 5 games, televised as well. Show off what they're made of. Gives them a bounce, so that's gone high in the air. And there might be a fielder there. I think it's evaded the fielder, and it's going to roll for the boundary unless he reaches it. Oh, and it's a good effort by the fielder there. High down at deep fine legs, sprinted all the way down and got a hand to it. It's looking like a certain four.
He never gave up. That's good. He saved his team 1 run. They all count.
Well, 110 for 2 now. Chauncey Jenner 23, Ben Stevens 34. Pick these guys up in the run up to the tournament as ones to watch. They're showing why. Fuller delivery there, driven to the onside. Just picked up by the man at long on. And that's gone high in the air, but it's completely gone. I think that might be 6. Well, that's 6 runs immediately, and it's got a very good reception there from the guys in the pavilion. Ben Stevens moves on to 40. What a fantastic stroke.
What would you call that?
It was like a
golf shot.
It was I think that's a very
pitching
good
wedge.
It was. He had a 9-iron there and was getting out the bunker or something like that. It was a fantastic stroke. He just turned it round his hips and flung it behind deep fine leg. Ben Stevens looking fantastic, Nick. What a way to end the over as well.
Absolutely.
Well, we're just going to take a look at the scorecard here. What's this partnership in the middle here? Ben Stevens and Chauncey Jenner. Really pushing on Jersey to a high score here after 14 overs. Looking at a potential 130 plus.
That's the first time we've seen that run rate up that high as well. It was nice. And that's, I think they could nearly go up another gear if they want to as well. So
oh, he's just missed the ball. And that's running behind. Gets a bit lucky there. If he found the edge, I think that was going to head into the keeper's hands. They're calling for drinks as well at the end of the over. Oh, well, you see that? A little overthrow. And they were looking for another one there.
yeah, I feel the keeper should have stumped him there actually. Boat missed the ball.
And he tries the reverse sweep as well. Big call for a run, but no. It's the call from the other end from Ben Stevens. They're looking to push on here. What can Norway do to seize the moment? They need something. They need a wicket. Someone needs to create something. It's a little too easy right now for the Jersey side as that's driven straight forward. Picked up by the man. Long on. Straight into the hands of the bowler. But it is a little too easy right now.
Yeah.
120 for 2 the score now.
Well bowled.
He tries the reverse sweep. Almost a comical appeal there from the player. No one else on the pitch going for that. But the bowler had enough confidence to scream in the umpire's face. It's going to take a lot to get him to move. That's just pushed forward again. To the hands at mid-off. For another single for Ben Stevens. He moves into 41. Score 121 for 2 at the end of the over. And 15 overs gone. just waiting to see who the bowler is from this end. Now, Ali is getting his first appearance of the day. Bowling from the retirement home end. The end closest to us. Tafsir Ali. Seeing if he can make a difference and break this partnership up. On the Jonty Jenner. Ben Stevens, pardon me, and he drives that forward onto long off. It's a wonderful stroke, that is. Well, all of this is giving these players and these teams an opportunity to play in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2020 in Australia, a place you know very well, Kira.
I know a little.
A little?
Yeah.
Well, don't flatter you. You know a lot. You know a lot. You stayed out there. No more than me. Out in Brisbane yourself, are you?
Yeah, I'm based out there.
And he flicks that one. Lovely little flick off the wrist, and I think that's going to be caught there. Stopped on the boundary. And Johnny Jenner does well to run too there. That is a stylish stroke. But based out in Brisbane.
Yes, I am. I'm with a club over there, Wynnum Manly, and I'm coaching. Great fun. Good challenge.
And that's flung hell. That's heading right towards us. And that's one of the biggest sixes of the day. Up and over and nearly into our tent. What a wonderful shot. Johnny Jenner's getting his move on here. I think they won 150 plus.
Absolutely, and that's what I was just saying, that they will definitely have targets. If they're not sticking to their line as well, these guys are going to punish.
I thought that was going to head right towards us.
Would you have taken it?
Absolutely.
Good.
I'm next to an international cricketer here. I think I need to take these catches. As the bowler comes in again. And he gets the better of him there. It's a great bit of bowling, much to the support of his teammates here. That's a nice response. 2 to come is the call from the umpire. 130 for 2. Jenner 35. Ben Stevens on 42. The opportunity for Jersey to play in the World Cup or the Global Qualifier is fantastic, and even Norway. And that ball's gone high in the air. There's a player under that, and this could be the end of the partnership.
Good catch.
Taken well at the man at deep fine leg. Well, that brings an end to this partnership.
He didn't fully connect with that. Kind of top edge. A good catch though. He's taken the white ball out of kind of a cloudy sky, so it's...
Well, drinks are coming on to the field now. Jonty Jenner departs. A fantastic knock. And again, another beautiful partnership with Ben Stevens. How many times are we going to see that in the tournament? Still got another 2 games to go. Well, Norway starting to look like they're going to have a big total to chase, but they are a team that's capable of hitting big.
Absolutely. We've highlighted already that their batting is their strength. But I also, Jersey are a very handy outfit with the ball. They've got a lot of bowlers, a lot of mix-up, and they're a really good fielding unit. So I don't know how many Norway seem to think that they'll be comfortable chasing down.
Well, that's the players off. A little bit of refreshed. There's a good wicket there to get. 30 for 3 now.
Oh, well fielded.
And that's
really good fielding.
well, and Sarek Bal, the receiver there, just diving to his left, stopping what could have been a boundary.
Sorry, I was actually looking at his elbow. I thought he dislocated his elbow.
I mean, that's not funny, but
No.
geez, oh.
God. Four overs to go.
Well, Don Blompier is the new batsman in. That's him on your screen right there. Fantastic batsman and also a great bowler so far in the tournament. In the first game against Jersey, he came on and created a bit of magic. Took 2 crucial wickets, had an appearance with the bat.
I really think these 2 batters now have got to try take this completely away from Norway here. That would be their game plan. 4 overs to go, lots of wickets in hand, and they really need to look at this. Doesn't matter about the opposition, to put as many runs on the scoreboard as possible.
Well, we could be in a... Well, this could be a bit of a boundary fest in the final 4 overs here. And bowler does very well there. Ben Stevens tried to play a late cut. Just avoids... Advances down the crease. Plays the cut shot. Arrives at deep point. Ball back into the bowler there. Well, that's a good bit of batting and a good bit of bowling.
I think if I'm being critical, by their standards, they should have got 2 there. Once the minute they see the misfield, they should have went, but...
Be critical. It's your job.
Sure, why not? It's
Why
easier
not?
from here to say that.
That former player attitude coming into your mindset there. You've never been criticised on the commentary mic, have you?
Absolutely.
You've not dropped a couple pies, have you?
We won't talk about me.
No, I've only got a couple more games to go. As Ahmed comes in again. And Don Bomplier straight away. And they're going to seek 2 here, and they are running 2. That's good running. Good vision there from Ben Stevens. And want to start straight off the mark. 2 for Blompier.
Yeah, good running from Stevens. He was running to the danger end, and he took it. Pawn turned early and went.
Well, they've got to be pushing towards 150. As Kira said, they've got to set a high target here. And again, same shot, same area. I don't think they're going to go for 2 there. There's a fielder covering that. Down in cow corner. Not quite. He's deep mid-wicket, swifting round. They do have a man cow corner as well. Someone else. I've just switched it up for the left-hander, actually. The Flyers continuing to invade our commentary box here. And he advances down the crease. That's a huge shot, but it might reach the hands of a fielder.
Great catch.
Wonderful catch on the boundary. Claimed well. Long on. He ran onto it. Ran along the boundary and took a running catch. And that's Ben Stevens departing on 44. What a knock, Kira.
Fantastic knock. But nothing we haven't seen already. He's very capable with the bat. He also talks the other batters through their innings as well, which is nice to see. That was a great catch as well. Moving on the move to catch that. And again, I can't stress enough that picking up that white ball out of this sky at the moment would not be that easy.
Well, that's 4 down now, but they still have wickets in hand. Only 3 overs to go. 1 to come in this final over, in this 17th over. But it's been a nice warm reception down at the pavilion, and there are a few Jersey fans dotted around the grounds, making the trip from Channel Island to Channel Island. Obviously here yesterday for the Guernsey versus Jersey opening game of this Europe final, the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualification pathway. And Blompier straight away plays a lovely sweep there, and that's gone for 4. There was a diving effort on the boundary there, but there the Jersey fans were talking about. Good effort by the fielder.
Nice way to open your account.
That's a nice way. Blompier continuing with a lovely sweep shot. Ben Ward is the new man at the crease as well. Well, that's 17 overs gone and 139 for 4. What is the score we're looking at here?
I think that's the highest score in the tournament so far. Would that be right?
I'll have to double check that. It's definitely the highest score at this ground. And in terms of what we got at the other college field, that is the highest score. Oh no, pardon me. Norway did score 151.
Well, we're going to have to keep going.
We
need to beat this.
we need to beat this.
As a game.
We want the highest score. Well, my co-commentator Kira Metcalf wants to see runs. Well, 3 overs to come. Are they going to go big? Blompier on strike. Pardon me, Ben Ward. And he runs a single there. Just hits up, caught the man. That long on, runs in. Receives it well. Well, it's overcast. Maybe that has something to do with the mood at the ground. The weather.
Could be.
You know.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Everyone knows they got work tomorrow.
Oh, don't remind me.
The fear. Well bowled. Really nice. Batters should be scoring off each ball. There's plenty of gaps. Much better.
Wow, good strike forward, and they run a single there. That's good running. That's good running between Ward and Blompier. Looking to eke everyone. They're moving on 1-4, 1 for 4. Jersey continuing their stride forward to 150. Setting Norway a very competitive target here at KGV. They did win the toss and elected to bat first. It seems to be paying off in their favour. And it hits the stumps. And they're going to run back into their crease.
Well fielded stumps.
Well fielded stumps. Some of the best of the day.
Because sometimes they're good fielders.
They've been there to save your back sometimes.
A few times, yeah.
A few times. An old friend.
An old friend.
Well, 1-4, 1 for 4. 2 overs to come. 2 balls to come, sorry, and 2 overs to come after this. A bit more pace on that delivery there, but that's really well fielded there at the man at mid-off. Just a single. Well, the Jersey batsmen are showing it's possible just to run every single ball here.
Absolutely. It was a really nice shot, and in fairness to the fielder, he really hit that hard, so good stop. I think he's still feeling it in his hands.
A stinger.
A stinger.
Well, that is a wonderful sweeping shot. Is the man on the boundary going to get it? No, that's a beautiful shot. Right down the long leg. One of the shots of the day. Got himself on a one knee, and Blompier showing exactly the kind of batsman he can be. He's also a pretty nifty bowler. That's the end of the over. What a way to end it. 1-4-6 for 4. Well,
I think we might see a few sixes, or maybe I'm hoping.
you really want to see some runs today, Kira?
Absolutely. It's T20 cricket.
Exactly. Well, 2 overs to come of this Jersey innings. And is it fair to say they haven't faced much
This is
of...
the young bowler coming back on. Left
Ayatollah
arm bowler.
Niatsi.
Changed end.
Well, the 18-year-olds trialled down with Essex.
I'm thinking they're going to have a third man of fine leg for this guy.
Most definitely are. We got a deep fine leg. Just worried that the pace we did see in his early overs, if you're just joining in. Ayatollah Niatsi, one of the quickest bowlers in the tournament here. Maybe overcooked it a little bit, didn't find his line quite right, and was punished very early on by Crawley Bisson and Nick Farabee. And again, just pitches up really nicely for Dominic Blompier just to hit that well and run an easy 2.
Well run. Him actually not connecting with that worked out to their advantage. I think one of the older guys have got to have a little chat to this guy and make sure he's not going too short, because he'll be punished. Just a little bit of experience here can be passed on.
148 for 4 now. 2 away from that elusive 150. And that's given wide there.
They're in 2 runs
They've run
wide.
a 2, and they have hit the 150. Well, I'm sure they're going to have a big smile on their face in the Jersey Pavilion.
This bowler's a young guy. He needs someone just to help him as well. There's nothing wrong with that.
What is it like when you got a youngster in the team? I mean, by the time you retired, you were one of the more experienced players. As Ayatollah comes in again,
Well bowled.
it's a much better response there after bowling that wide.
When you see that and you see what he's capable of, there's fantastic skill there. But I just feel, just at this time, maybe someone helping him. We don't need necessarily short balls, or just
finding a line and length.
absolutely, and adapting to what the game needs right now.
Wow. Hits that well, and I think he's found the gap there, and I think that's going to run away for 4. And it's a cracking shot, and they do move on to 1-5, 4-4. Now that is the highest total so far in the tournament. Kira punching the air next to me. And that has actually beat Norway's 1-5-1 they set against Italy in the yesterday in the second game of this tournament down at College Field. Looking like possibly hitting 160 here.
I'd be interested to know how this bowler's feeling. I think he's got an extra step or two in his run-up at the moment, so cleared as a few nerves.
Well, the highest score that Jersey have put on is 171 in the T20 International. That was against Guernsey, the Inter-Insular Cup. So they've got one more over. They've also hit 164 against them. So this is currently their third highest T20 International score. I think they might, with one ball and one over to come, maybe have their eyes on possibly hitting the top one. And he goes short, and that could be caught here. And they've grabbed another one here. Well, that's a great catch by the fielder. Running in from point just to grab that. That sparks the end of another batsman here. Well, that's Ben Ward departing.
It's a good catch. Just by going by the Norway, I suppose their body language, they might feel that maybe there's too many runs on the board. I think it was the right decision. You've got to go for it at this stage as well, especially with having 4 to 5 wickets in hand. No harm.
Well, we'll just take a look at the bowling statistics here. And Kira, it's not always a pretty sight, is it?
No. Number 3 and 4 bowler bowled out 14 and 20, so they were absolutely fine. There's a couple of good bowling spells there. I just feel they didn't build enough pressure with their bowling. And again, if you look down at the bottom there, extras have played definitely its part in this.
Well, 19 extras. If you look at the fall of the wickets, they did strike early. 36 for 1. They got another 20 on the board. And some 56 to 130. That fantastic partnership between Jonty Jenner and Ben Stevens. That's the final over. Well, a dot ball to start the final over, and that's going to fill the Norwegians with a bit of faith. Right, Shaikh bowling the final over here. 2 overs and gone for 15. It was a smart decision by the captain. He tries again. Bompier hits himself on the helmet there. He's a bit annoyed.
Well bowled. Again, it looks from here that he's playing it too early, but I think it's actually clever bowling.
He comes. And just pushes that forward and grabs an easy single there. Well, that's clever batting, just reversing the strike. And it's Anthony Hawkins K now having a go in the final 3 balls of their innings. Hawkins K, a name that was rung around a lot in this commentary box during the first game today. Unbelievable effort with the ball and in the field as he comes in the bat now. Pushes that forwards. Just onto the offside. Grabs a single. Well, 2 singles in a row. Got to go for the boundary here, haven't you, Kira?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? You only live once. In cricket, you do. And there's a full toss there, and that's driven hard. They're going to go for 2 here if I were them. Run hard. Hawkins K calls for 2. And that's good running between the batsmen there.
Very good.
A little bit of an overthrow as well. No threat to their wickets. immediately wanting that too. Well, one to come here. They're on 159 for 5. What are they going to set them? Tom Blompier receiving the final ball here. Mishits it and just grabs a single. They're going to finish on 160 for 5 in 20 overs.
Nice little snooker shot to finish.
Well, they elected to bat first after winning the toss, and was it a smart decision?
I think so. I think they will have got stuff out of it. I do think if they break it down further, they won't necessarily be happy in how they lost some of the wickets. But all in all, I do think it's a winning total. It was a really, really good partnership in the middle there, Stevens and Jenner, and supported all around. And again, our little friend down the bottom, 19. So that you can add that to the total.
Well, that partnership between Stevens and Jenner, like you said, looking like an innings-defining one there. But if we just take a look at the bowling statistics here, Kira, you were just talking before that final over. They didn't quite get their plans right.
No, we did highlight the line and length. Were kind of varied, whether it was short ball and they were able to pull, whether it was outside and it allowed the guys to free their hands. They need to tidy up their bowling plans completely.
Well, we're going to be back in 10 minutes or so. You can catch the Norway chase, where they're going to require 161 to get their first victory in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals 2019 from Guernsey. Well, welcome back to coverage of this T20 International as part of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals 2019 in Guernsey. Well, we're about to see Norway chase down 161. Or are we? Jersey have been absolutely fantastic in the field in their last T20s. I am Ian Leggett and I'm joined once again, by Kira Metcalf. What are we thinking here?
I think Jersey have set a huge total. I'm very interested to see, and I've used that term a couple of times today, how Norway go about this chase. They are going to have to really get going from the start, and it looks like Elliot Miles, who took 3 wickets in his first over in the last game, is opening up from the far end. Left arm orthodox.
Well, Elliot Miles, he took, as you said then, 3 wickets. We just see the old scorebar there. Well, that's how it ended, 160 for 5 after their 20 overs. And Elliot Miles, a real game changer in the last game against Denmark. The way they approached that innings defence was absolutely spectacular. As Miles is coming in. But Norway are a side capable of hitting 150 plus. They hit 151 against Italy. And they begin with a single. A little misfield actually to begin with. And that's Blompier just at the start. It's a little uncharacteristic from the Jersey side.
Absolutely. So they've started with long on back and a deep mid wicket.
How they play the power play is going to be crucial in this game as Miles steps up again. And he's gone hard again. This time just pulls it. Deep square leg is there. Back in for another single. That's 2 of the first 2 balls. Positive start here from the Norway batsman.
We've got a left-hand, right-hand combo. It's the first time Jersey will have seen this.
Miles coming over the wicket. And that's a real gentle touch, and they went hard, and that could be an overthrow there, and it might seek 2. Well, again, after watching Jersey in the last 2 games, a little fumble and an overthrow. What are you thinking?
Everything's changed. No, not at all.
That's a wonderful shot to the boundary there. He just hoops that past him. Grabs another one.
I think Jersey have got to be careful that they don't feel because they've 160 on the board that the job is done. I'm not saying that's the reason for misfields, but they must be alert.
And there's a big appeal there from Wheel. When Miles, pardon me, and the ball comes in again. There could be a run out there. Well, they managed to scoop a single. And I tell you, the Norway team, if we look over to our right, Kira, they are right on the edge of that pavilion cheering on every single run here.
Yeah.
Required run rate we'll figure out, but they need 161. No, 20 overs. Exciting chase. Well, a half-hearted appeal there. I'm not sure what the call was. I'm pretty sure there was bat on ball, but the umpire was not having any of it. And, well,
they'll be happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose we did highlight that their strength definitely is their batting. So let's see. 7 off the first over, they'd definitely be happy with that. Communication, it's clear they want to run, which has actually surprised me. But I'm open for surprises today. I'm hoping it's a last wicket win by either team.
Oh, I would like to see this come down to the final ball myself.
Yeah.
And for the viewers at home, live coverage of the Europe final, the Men's T20 World Cup qualification pathway as you clap right in front of the mic. There's a lot of flies around in the commentary box.
I'm sorry.
But I just thought you were excited.
No, there was a fly attacking me.
Well, on our screen now, we have Hawkins K. What did this guy achieve last game, Kira?
He got wickets early up, and then he took a fantastic... he ran out someone in a spectacular manner.
Yeah, direct hit. Standing at short mid-wicket. Chucked the ball hard onto the stumps as he comes in and bowls his first ball of this innings. Looks for the single. Just pushes that. Well received guy to guy at fine leg. Well, Joel Hack and Iqbal, the batsman in for Norway. Like we said, 151 they hit against Italy, who are a very good side as well. They're up top of the table. There's more flies coming to attack us in the commentary box here at the KGV. In comes Hawkins K again. And that's a great bit of bowling. They think they've got him. Big appeal. Well, umpire Hago, no movement at all. Hawkins K was positive he got that. He almost went on a celebration run.
I actually felt that he did as well, but...
Well, we haven't got the power of replay to demonstrate that. It did look like a top edge, but... Batsman's walking. Jake Dunford, you see at the top of your screen there. Oh, he's produced 2 spectacular catches in his last 2 games here at the KGV. And also, weather could be a factor. Very dark clouds, and we had a few spits of rain early on. Hawkins K comes in again. Big powerful shot there, and that's gone through the covers. That's going to go for 4. And that's a great boundary. They're no longer dealing in singles on Norway. They've got that first boundary off their belt.
That's what we were expecting. Again, he leaned back, used the length of the ball, and executed well. I think we're going to see some of this. Just batting outside leg, just on leg stump.
Yeah, standing a bit wider on the crease. Opening himself up a little bit. It's always a nice sight for a bowler. It's a beautiful bit of bowling from Hawkins K.
Absolutely. He's seeing where he's standing as well. He's got a slight trigger movement. He's moving when the ball... the Jersey fielders are throwing the ball around. Clearly they're trying to get the energy up. They've had a big 2 days. Some sore bodies as well.
Now this is tournament cricket. And that's pushed nicely. Look for the single again. Like you said, there's always this anticipation to go for the single. It's the right attitude to have when they got a big chase on here. 161 required to get their first win in the tournament. Played Italy yesterday at College Field. Game abandoned to rain, but Italy were ahead in the Duckworth-Lewis system and managed to get the win. Now Norway looking to claim a major scalp. Jersey going 3 from 3 if they get this win. Advances down the crease and just avoids the hand there of Hawkins K, but manages to scalp in a single. Now they move to 12 for no loss after the first 2 overs. Again, a positive over for the Norwegian batsman. It's like a little kung fu fighting here in the commentary box. We're evading.
I thought you were waving at me.
No, I'm trying to knock flies up my face, Kira. Didn't know this would be part of the Guernsey habitat when on arrival here.
So we've changed bowler.
Charles Burchard. Well, it's the captain, Charles Chuggy Burchard. Anyone not familiar with this broadcast? Chuggy is his nickname.
I'm not actually sure if that's him.
Oh, pardon me. He just received. Oh, pardon me. Chuggy didn't. Charles Burchard didn't have his hat on. Me thinking he had the ball in hand. Just going to see who the bowler is here. And it looks like Julius Somarura. Here comes the bowler.
He plays on.
Big strike. Well,
no firehead.
Played onto his stumps, pardon me, Kira, as I just leant back and just saw that wicket. Played onto his stumps. They brought on Julius Somarura, and he's managed to grab the wicket straight away on his first ball. And this is exactly what this Jersey side have done in their last 2 games. Perhaps crucial wickets at the crucial times, just as Norway seem to be getting a bit of momentum.
Absolutely. Change of bowling. They're not allowing these guys to settle at all. They're seeing that the type of cricket they want to play is very attacking, so they're going to change up the bowling, I presume. Is this the first time we've seen Julius bowl?
It is.
Yeah.
It is indeed. And what a better way to get a wicket on your first ball in the tournament.
Yeah, nice opener to his account.
Exactly.
Young guy as well.
That's one for his statistics. Well, again, the Jersey side, we've been saying it in all the broadcasts, incredibly vocal all around the field. Well, he's 18 years old, the bowler. His first appearance. A nice way to open your account, as Kira said. The new batsman. Walid Gahuru. Looking to, again, support Norway back in the driving seat. I think the one thing they were doing well, Kira, was just consistently scoring runs. Keeping that ticking over, as is a phrase that we used a lot. And just not allowing Jersey to gather that momentum that they've gathered in the last 2 games. Here comes Sumrauer again. And he pulls that, but there is a man at deep square leg, running in hard. And just the single there, well, that's a nice way to get off the mark. Gahuri will be happy. It's a bit shorter there from Sumrauer, and I think that just pitched up nicely for the batsman, just to give that the pull shot away.
Yeah, I don't think Norway have started bad here. I don't think they want to lose any more wickets in the first maybe 6, ideally. Just keeping that scoreboard ticking, allowing them to build up some runs.
Well, in comes Julius Sumrauer again. Good pace, and he's launched that, but there is a fielder there at mid-off. Claimed, and it's 2.
Commentator's curse.
Well, we're getting used to this commentary thing, and it's sometimes you speak too easy. But that's Sumrauer just grabbing 2 from 3 balls. And Hack departs for 1. It wasn't the strongest of shots, and you could see he had the right idea, going for the long boundary. But we've all been there, we've all hit and mistimed it.
Yeah, I think it was the right idea. It just seemed to get big on him too quick, and he didn't have control of it.
Well, an easy catch and mid-off as we evade another fly in the commentary box. And you see Hack departing. And then comes the new batsman. And this is Iqbal, Ansar Iqbal. As you see on your screen, well, 13 for 2. Well, suddenly, look at that, they were 12 for nothing. And now 13 for 2. Julius Sumrauer has really made the difference again. We've seen Jersey do this in all their games. Don Blompier in the first match. Elliot Miles in the second. One bowler coming on, taking quick wickets in their first over. A change of pace, a change of dynamic. It's good captaincy again from Charles Perchard. Well, we're in Norway now. Well, if you're just joining us, this is part of the global pathway, qualification pathway to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. And he plays a nice late shot there, but doesn't manage to escape the fielder there at point.
Good movement off the ball there. Nice fielding. Again, we spoke about Jersey fielding all the way through, and it's definitely a huge part of their game.
He's gone high, and that's going to go for 6 probably. 1 bounce 4, just misses out. It was just in front of us.
It's a fantastic shot. He picked that up really well.
Yeah, we see the ball just hiding between the chairs next to the hospitality tent, right next to our tent ourselves. Wonderful. Pulls the shot, and all of a sudden,
To give themselves a chance here, they don't need to play necessarily stupid shots. They need to play what's in front of them and just run hard between the wickets. They really need to play some ugly cricket and fight hard for it.
That phrase, ugly cricket, coming up again in the broadcast.
Do you like it?
I love it. I love it, Kira. And he gives him a full toss there. A little nick, but the ball skimmed along the ground, and Jake Dunford just grabbed it. God, we heard the nick from here, didn't we?
That was a big over. Well
2
bowled
wickets.
to the youngster.
Well, making his first appearance in the tournament. 5 for 2 after his first over. Not the worst from the 18-year-old. It's Jersey doing what they've done in their previous games. Having a grip of the game after it gets taken away from them. 3 overs gone. 70 for 2 Norway. Chasing 160. Needing 161 to win. Yeah, like I was saying, this is all part of the qualification pathway for the men's T20 World Cup. I just heard the phrase cowboy cricket said on the field. I'm not sure what that means. I'd love for Kira to fathom a guess. As Hawkins K comes in again. Great delivery there. Great line and length. He really is looking like a bowler. He's going to be a menace to every team in this tournament.
And the batter plays a nice shot. Looks comfortable. Is it a case of they're getting themselves out, trying to push on?
Oh, it's a nick, and it's almost another magical catch there by Jake Dunford. As they just... That was almost beautiful, wasn't it? We heard the nick once again. Dives to his left. Doesn't quite grab hold of it. It was a difficult one, though. The ball was almost centimetres off the ground as he dove. Could have been spectacular.
Absolutely. I'm keen to see the batter again, just his back lift. Just as he comes down and approaches the ball. We'll have a look again now when he's facing.
Well, they ran a single there. Now, Gahuri on strike. That's great pace there from Hawkins K. Giving no option, or no real option to the batsman. Just look around the field. There's everyone in the inner circle apart from... They got a deep square leg. And... deep third man. Right side, it could be another catch here. Caught at mid-on. And another one departs. That's the 3rd wicket here. And this is a familiar sight. 3 very quick wickets in quick succession here for Jersey. We saw this against Denmark, and they are limiting that chase. Look at them, it's all smiles. A very young team. Just pop across the other Channel Islands.
A shorter ball there. It seemed to rise on him, but also it felt to come off more at the top end of the bat. And it didn't have much power going over the batter, or over the fielder. But again, good bowling, and Hawkins K is definitely using his experience here against these batters. Hawkins K must be up there for maybe wicket taker of the tournament so far.
Yeah, already. Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking he took 4 in the last, and he took another 2. So he's on 6 wickets, and that's his 7th wicket of the tournament. So he must be up there already. Well, he is. He was already top at the end of this match, and he's supposed to put himself 7. Malish Singh is on 5 wickets, and Wadak as well for Germany on 5. Hawkins K, the 29-year-old, using his height and his speed, forcing a pretty mistimed shot there by the batsman.
Absolutely, but he's also shown that he's top fielder. A spectacular run out this morning, and also some batting just in the last innings.
Absolutely. Now, a new batsman in at the crease. Now facing the power here. Just stops the ball there.
It just shows the experience from the Jersey guys is coming through. Just, okay, they were 12 off the first over, 8 to 12, sorry, and all of a sudden they're 3 wickets down. It's patience. They're sticking to their game plans and backing them as well.
What a wonderful delivery there, but he just plays it gently. Just manages to sneak that to third man. And just grab a single. It's another great over here for Jersey. 3 off it and a wicket. Hawkins, okay, 8 for 1 from his 2 overs. Very impressive. We just take a look at the bowling stats here so far for Jersey. Well, 4 overs in, 3 wickets. Julius Summerhour with 1 over. 2 wickets for 5.
Have a look at the extras as well. 0. A big difference between the first innings. It definitely plays a part.
And we're seeing Julius Summerhour, the 18-year-old, come in again. Making his first appearance in the tournament. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over. In he comes again. And a big appeal, but it wasn't from the bowler, it was from the fielders as soon as they heard the struck of the pad. Norwegians run a by. Well, the overcast conditions keeping the DLS sheets at hand here. In comes the bowler. Bit more full. That's a wonderful bit of fielding there at point. Straight into the hands of Jake Dunford. And that's the routine. That's the fielding exercises they've been doing before.
Absolutely. That's the energy they show. They put it back on the batters. And it shows that the fielders are fully behind their bowler.
Oh, no, just a little play and miss there. He is standing a bit wide in his crease. It's good pace around here. But yes, this exciting opportunity for these teams in this Europe final. Potentially 2 tournaments away from playing in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in Australia. An exciting prospect. That's a great bit of bowling there. Pitches it short. Good bit of pace. There's a little warning there from the umpire. A great bit of pace though. The batsman had no chance of getting his bat on that. Risking the edge. We know what Jake Dunford can do behind the stumps. And he's given a wide. That was a half-hearted appeal behind the stumps as well. And the Norwegians just looking to settle in after a little flying start. 7 off the first over, 6 off the second. And suddenly, 2 wickets gone. And the third over thanks to this bowler here. And that's just found the edge there. That's going to go down the third man, collected by Nick Falaby. Brought back in. Well, Nick Faraby, the fielder, and showing this well-drilled unit.
Absolutely. They hunt in a pack.
Oh, excellent.
Do you like that?
I love that. I love every bit of that.
Thanks. You can use it.
Oh, thank you. Let's just play to point. No run. This is turning into a pretty good over here again. That's the end of it. Just 4 off it. 2 leg byes are wide. And a run. 24 for 3 now after 5 overs. Well, it's amazing. All the momentum's now looking in Jersey's favour, Kira.
Absolutely. I feel Norway have gone a little bit into their shell, but that's also from some really, really good bowling from Jersey. They're showing their class here.
Now pushing the ball forward there. No run, collected
two batters need to be talking again, have intent to run, try pierce it through that infield.
That fielder there.
The fielders, I'd say, as the batters now, it feels like there's 20 fielders out there at the minute. Just feels like they're a little bit in on them. They've moved in a little bit more intimidating.
Very much so. Mid off, mid on, extra cover as well. And that's just going to go down a third man. Collected by the fielder and just runs a single. Gentle hands for the Norwegian batsman. They'll be looking just to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Hawkins K is the bowler, contrary to what you're seeing on the scorecard there on the scorebar below the screen. There he is on the screen. Picked up a wicket. Top wicket taker in the tournament so far with 7. And that's a delicious piece of bowling. As good as it gets.
Delicious.
Probably not the most appropriate word to use when describing a ball, but
Listen,
when you see it, it's so fantastic.
it's what comes to mind.
A wonderful line, a wonderful length. Good pace. Well, they're really making the use of this power play here, Jersey. It's exactly what we saw against Denmark, giving them no chances to hit over the top.
Some really good movement off the ball as well, just for any youngsters watching. It's not necessarily just always the fielders that are involved. It could be anyone else backing up, all different angles.
Just plays that off his hip. Square leg. Runs in. Picked up. Fine leg. One to come in this. This over. 25-3 currently. Leading 1-6-1 to have their first victory here and dent Jersey's chances of finishing top of the table. Driven hard forward, collected at mid-off. And that's a nice end to the over. Hawkins K once again just going for 2. 10 for 1 hits figures after 3 overs. As we just take a look at the batting. Pardon us, that's the correction there. Well, this is Norway's batting so far. Well, 3 wickets in quick succession. There's a Rick Bow at the start, 11 off 11. Beneno Hat going for 1.
As you can see, the 2 batters that are facing at the moment have faced 8 balls each, and T20 cricket, that's moving up, I suppose. It's high, but the bowling and their line of length is not allowing them to get the ball away.
Well, just the 2 extras so far. Summer Hour comes in again.
Ooh.
And another wide. Make that 3 extras. Well, after his first over, it was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he got away with that as well. Full toss going down the leg.
Well, there's a half-hearted appeal there from the wicket-keeper Dunford. Nothing from the team. I think it just shows the eagerness of this Jersey side just to keep at it. Norwegians starting to dig themselves a little bit of a hole here. They need to keep the run rate continuing at least 5, I would say. Well, they're going to have a couple big hitting power overs. If you compare this to where the run rate was at for Jersey at this rate, averaging over 6, at some points 8 to 9. A partnership of Jonty Jenner and Ben Stevens proving crucial in their total. If you're joining us now, Jersey elected to bat first. Put on 160 for 5 in their 20 overs. Summerall comes in again. It's gone high. It's heading towards us, but I think it's going to be picked up by Nick Farabee right in front of us. A wonderful pickup on the boundary. Just passes it again. Well, that's great fielding all round. Running in from third man along the boundary right in front of us, Kira. It's quite a hard skill, isn't it, actually, to pick up the ball on the run?
Absolutely. I think just Jersey are just showing their fitness as well. It's late in the day and it's third game in a row.
And that's a big strike of the pad there. Big appeal. No movement from the umpire.
Yeah, third game in 2 days, and third game.
This is the fourth game.
Yeah.
But the third game for Jersey.
Yeah, and
the second game for Norway.
I'm just saying that it's showing that their fitness. They've obviously worked on that, and it's not lacking. It's playing a big part.
Absolutely. Well, each side gets a double header in this tournament. 6 teams in this Europe final, split over 4 days of cricket. And that just finds the edge, but Nick Farabry's going to pick that up again at deep third man. Puts that back in Farnaby. Well, it's also encouragement. Every time a fielder delivers the ball, they're giving cheers of yes, well done.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a collection on the boundary to save a possible, well, just to secure the one. That's just pushed forward there, and there's not going to be a run. And that's a nice end to the over for Julius. 10 for 2. After his 3 overs, well, there is also another game going on at College Field. Our colleague Andrew Leonard is commentating on that. Italy versus Guernsey. Italy doing their doubleheader. Top of the table along with Jersey. How they want to get another victory. You can also check that out on the stream. Well, Guernsey currently 46 for 4. Italy were 121 all out in 19.2 overs. So, Italy,
Game on.
a lower score, but Guernsey, who knows what their middle order could do. Very exciting stuff. You can catch that over on the other Facebook channel. As Hawkins K comes in again for his final over. Just misses the stumps. It's an overthrow. This is a rarity for Jersey. They're going to run 2. And that, I want to see the response from this. I want to see how Jersey are going to react to that. We rarely do see this side in the last 2 games deliver overthrows. How difficult is it playing these double headers as a player? You know, to get yourself back in the mentality. As Hawkins K comes in again. I'm sure Kira will answer that question afterwards. Pitches that, and he finds the gap well. There is a man. Deep cover. Picks it up well, but these double headers, how do you get yourself back in gear?
I think the style of cricket that Jersey are playing at the moment is attacking. You know, there's lots of energy. They're young guys, and they're really up for it. And I think that makes it much easier. If you're coming off a loss and then you're trying to rebuild yourself with a second match, that's completely different.
Strikes the pad. It's going to be leg buys. Force on the man.
Again, I'm not a huge fan of this walking between the wickets. They're not creating any pressure on the fielder at all. At a time when they definitely need runs as well.
Well, the run rate's still below 5 here. 32 for 3. 7.3 overs here. And needing 161 to get this victory. And they're going to need to have a couple overs, you might think, of going hard. Julius somehow that as the 2 bowlers we've just seen on your screen, and the wicket keeper Jake Dunford, absolutely cracking couple of catches he's produced in the tournament so far. I wonder if he's going to make it 3 from 3 games. One would hope so. Maybe not from a Norwegian point of view. And that's a wonderful bit of bowling again. Good line and length, just forcing him on the front foot. Playing defensively. Now, one more bowl to come, and Hawkins K's was done his 4 overs. Power play is over. I'll talk you through the field at the end of the over. She comes in again. Push forward again, but just finds the man. Extra cover. And that's the end of the over. Hawkins K finishes his spell on 13 for 1. Grabbed a crucial wicket, Kira.
Absolutely, he did his role, played his role both with the bat and the ball. Very, very good and consistent. How many flies do you reckon we've killed?
Oh, well over 20. Are we proud of that? I don't know. Who knows? Well, 32 for 3 after 8 overs. Run rate's now at 4. One's got to think that they've got to up this. What do you do in the Norwegian after that start they had? 7 off the first, 6 off the second. And suddenly, Julius Sumrauer grabs 2 quick. And it looks like they've a little bit deflated.
It certainly looks that way, but they might have a game plan. We could be wrong. The spinners are going to come on and they're definitely going to play a big part here. Again, just going back to the field placing. They've mid-on, mid-off, out, cow, deep square. Got a 45 in and a deep cover.
Oh, Ben Ward, the new bowler. Oh, the 20-year-old still hasn't managed. Oh, it was almost a wicket there. Jake Dunford with the quick hands behind the stumps. Well, yeah, he's bowled 6 overs and yet to take a wicket. We'll be hoping today's the day. It's a good bit of bowling pushed on the leg side there. They're going to go for 2 here. And that's quick running there by the Norwegian batsman and good pressure from the fielders. Great pick up there by Jake Dunford. Again, he's always appealing every opportunity he gets, isn't he?
He's a lively. Did you ever know the... Sorry, fly attack.
Flies everywhere in the commentary box.
Jack Russell, the wicketkeeper.
I do know the name. And that's cut away. And they're going to go for 1 here. Just picked up by the man at deep point.
He reminds me of him. Lively little character.
First, I thought you were referring to Jack Russell, a dog.
No.
They are quite lively, though.
They're nippy.
Nippy. Well, maybe that's a good way of describing Dunford. Advances down the crease and finds a big gap there on the onside. Sweeper down at cow corner, and they've run for 2. It could be a run out if they run hard enough. Well, another 2. Well, this is better running from the Norwegian batsman. It looks like they're trying to get a speed on here. They're going to hit 10 overs, and one would hope they're still probably going to be under the 50-run mark. 160 the target to equal, and they need 161 to grab that victory. Warden again, cut. It's going to find the player down at deep point. Good pick up on the run. Turns, grabs it. That's Corey Besson on the boundary there. Well received by the Jersey fans sitting on the boundary edge. A good contingent of travelling fans. I'm sure they made the journey over yesterday to watch the Channel Island Derby, which we were lucky enough to watch, but it was an 8-wicket victory to the side we're watching now.
Norway in that situation have got to try get the 2 out of that square cut there. The fielder on the boundary had time to actually do a ballet turn and throw the ball, so they've got to turn those 1s into 2s.
Well, I think we're going to change the bowling as well. On the far end, it's looking like Ben Stevens. That is Ben Stevens. Well, he did very well with the bat. 44 to his name. Can he grab a wicket? Claimed 14 wickets in Group B in the qualifying tournament to get to this Europe final. So he can be handy with the ball. But yet to pick up 1 in the tournament in the 2 overs he's bowled. Oh, that's full and fast.
Right in the block hole. Really good. Good start.
Well, got a long off and a long on here. Cow corner and deep square. That's played very lightly, but Dunford's going to chase after that. It's almost a competition of who can get the ball first in this Jersey side. That's the ambition they have every time they're fielding. Advances down, he's bowled him.
That also kept low. Good bowling though.
A wonderful bit of bowling, and Ben Stevens gets his first wicket of the tournament. He advanced down the crease going for a big shot, did Iqbal, but mistimed it and hits the stumps. Off stump, now tearing off the ground.
Yeah, we said spin was definitely going to play its part, and I think they're definitely going to go that option from both end.
Well, Hayatullah Niatsi, the new batsman in, the youngster. We saw him bowling, impressive with the ball. Can he show off with the bat today? Norway have put themselves in a bit of a hole right now. Chasing 160 and they're 39. Now, all smiles in the Jersey camp so far. It's been a good day. They'll be looking to secure that victory. 3 wins from 3. See them at the top of the table potentially, depending on the result. Italy, Guernsey. We'll keep you updated on the score. You can also catch live coverage of that. Our colleague Andrew Leonard on commentary duty at College Field. Ben Stevens comes in again, and Niatsi hits the ball straight away. Drives that down the mid on. Grabs a single. Well, an update from the Guernsey game. Guernsey is 61 for 4. 12.4 overs, chasing 1-2-1. They are on their way. They need 61, 7.2 overs. So it is all to play for at the moment. Down at College Field, you can catch live coverage of that. Stevens comes in again. And that's a great bit of bowling. Could not get anything on that. Well, I've asked you this question before, but as a new batsman going out, what are your teammates saying to you on the pavilion in this situation as Stevens comes in again?
They've got 10 overs here to bat, and I think they've just got to show the two batters are communicating, they're talking well, and they're reading the bowlers. There's plenty of gaps out there. The field is spread, but also in Jersey's defence, they are bowling very well, and they're bowling to their game plans. It's hard to work the ball away. Simple things like trying to turn 1 into 2s, running hard, putting pressure on the fielders. They're all little things that you can certainly do that are easily done.
Well, as you can see, Jersey 160 for 5 after their 20 overs. 19 extras given away by the Norwegian bowlers, and you can see Jersey have only given away the 4 so far. Well, they'll be looking to steady the ship.
Just definitely, Jersey are definitely bowling better lines, not allowing Norway to free up their hands.
Well, I think we're getting an appearance of Dom Blompier. In he comes. It's a lovely shot onto the leg side. And just grabs a single. We've got the left-hander here in the Atsi. Left-handed, right-handed combination coming in again into this game.
Yeah, Jersey seem to have a little bit better control over it. Just the fielders know exactly where they're supposed to be. Bowlers are adjusting their line and length as well accordingly.
Yeah, Dominic Blompier has taken a couple of wickets so far, including 2 in and over his first game against Guernsey. And they're saying that's just a dead ball there. They're going to have it redone. I don't know what the issue was.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Blompier looks a bit confused. Well, just saying he wasn't ready. That's calls there. Just a bit of confusion. Well, the 2 wickets from his 8 overs. He has gone for 50 runs though. So it can be quite costly. We saw him perform with the bat earlier. Yeah, see, just tries to cut that, but it's caught at point. straight back into Dunford.
It's quite interesting. I haven't seen that in a while. Someone just panning it down.
And that's was well received there by the man. An extra cover. As now a bee flies in front of the commentary box. This is like a nature reserve. Pushes on. They run a good single there. That's good vision from Niatsi. He wanted that. And they're going to need to keep doing that. Well, 44 for 4 now. After 10.4 overs. Blompier in again. Heaves. And that's a wonderful strike. And that's wonderful pickup on the boundary.
Fantastic.
Looked like a certain 4. Shot through the covers. Caught deep extra cover. Dives on the ground. Does a bit of gymnastics. And picks it up straight again. I thought that was a certain 4. 115 needed from these 9 overs. Coming up now. And Blompier, I think he's letting out a bit of aggression there. After the starting of the over. But a strong start there. He's gone for 5. And they'll be happy with that. The run rate is still 4.18. Required run rate, 12.78. What are we thinking, Kira?
I think that this is like what we spoke in the first game. You have to make a decision at some stage to actually go for the game. Have they left it too late already?
Well, I'm sure the viewers at home and the spectators in this ground will be keen to see Norwegians play some shots. It is looking eerily similar to this Denmark game. They left it a little too late. This is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals here in Guernsey. Jersey looking set potentially to get 3 wins from 3. 2 in their doubleheader days. Ben Stevens steps up again. Niatsi mishit. That's a fine edge. It's going to run to the boundary. There's 2 players on it. Converging in the middle. Wonderful bit of fielding there. You saw Nick Ferraby give it off to his captain, Charles Perchard. Little flick up.
Yeah,
Love
again,
a bit of
hunting
that.
in packs.
Hunting in packs. Oh, I need to start using it. I need to start using it. It's a wonderful, wonderful phrase. Was that ever used in the Irish camp? Stevens comes in again. And that's just clipped straight to the wicket keeper. Did you guys ever have any phrases, any slang?
We did. I can't give out any.
You can't give out any. Are they still in use?
Maybe.
Still in use. Is there any not in use?
I can't give out that.
Can't get that. I'm afraid I'm going to have to kill you. Stevens pushes, allows the batsman to push one forward and just collected. Well,
Definitely with the field being spread now, there is opportunity maybe to push at a few of these balls and just take a few.
well, he went for a big sweep there. Unfortunately, was nowhere near the ball. My concerns are now with what you said, Kira. Is it too little, too late? If you're just tuning in, 160 for 5, Jersey were after 20 overs. Advances down the crease. Goes for a big shot. It's going to be collected by long off on the boundary. A wonderful bit of fielding, but I think it's gone over the boundary. And that's 4 runs. Well, that's a 4 to his name. Tafsir moves on to 19 off 27. Showed a bit of ambition there. Couple steps down the crease. Puts on a good drive. Unlucky at long off not to collect it.
So looking at 109 off 49 balls.
Oh, what a catch! Ben Stevens, one-handed, caught and bowled. We've seen another spectacular catch here at the KGV. That is unbelievable, Kira.
That was fantastic. I think the batter thought he was going to celebrate his 4 already. That was grabbed out of the air. That's as cool as you like.
As cool as you like is the best way of describing that. Ben Stevens almost remained motionless, probably because of the force that ball came at his hand. He looked probably in a little bit of pain, but you will never see a cooler, calmer, one-handed grab, caught and bowled, than what we've just seen Ben Stevens pull off. Extraordinary. 52 for 5 now. Whew, how many good catches are we going to see this week?
What would you say they're talking about in the huddle?
Who's had the best one?
My hand stinging.
Well, where does this leave Norway now? We've chatted about moments several times over the last 2 days, and we've just seen another one. But I cannot get over. I'm trying to think. Nonchalant is maybe a word that comes in there. It's a bit of an extravagant word, but reaches out, pulls out his left hand, and grabs a one-handed beauty. Ben Stevens, take a bow. As Dom Blompier comes in to bowl from the 3G end. Well, just goes for a single there.
So Ian, I just noticed that Esther from ICC arrived over with chocolate and didn't bring us any.
Now, I don't want to cool her out on commentary, but you got two. Oh, excellent! How generous! How generous! Oh, look at that! We've got a delivery as the bowler comes in. Blompier, it could be caught. No. The man at deep edge to cover runs around on the boundary, collects it well. Well, that's Corey Bisson again. Good bit of fielding. He's had his legs stretched a little bit out there.
Absolutely, but at least they pushed him for and they got the 2. Again, we spoke about that earlier on, and they were just getting 1 to the boundary, and that's not good enough at this stage of the game.
55 for 5, 106 needed off 7.4 overs here. Goes hard, it could be caught, and it's caught. And another wicket, 55 for 6 now. Jersey seem to be grabbing this game quite easily. Another wicket, Kira.
Yeah, it's just pressure, and they're trying to put as many runs on as they can, and it's just forcing errors.
An easy catch at point there.
And I suppose Jersey, again, using their experience, they're not worrying about it, they're not overreacting, they're just, again, going to their plans. The field is set correctly, and it's going into hand.
Dom Blompier grabs his first wicket of the match and his third of the tournament. It was an impressive catch by Hawkins K, but nowhere near the catch we just saw Ben Stevens pull off. If you're just tuning in, an unbelievable one-handed grab from the all-rounder. He's had quite a game today. 44, a wicket including a wonderful one-handed catch off his own bowling. 55 for 6, 106 needed from 7.3 overs. Well, Dom Blompier, 3 wickets in the tournament now. Jersey are looking like the team to beat in this tournament.
For sure. Again, in all areas, they've really shown that they're a really good international unit.
Driven forward but collected.
This is where this competition is so important. A team like this that clearly needs a little bit more help, you know, whether it's for training, for coaching, you know, like, and it just helps them build. And I'm talking about Jersey, by the way.
Well, I think both sides as well.
No, absolutely, but
and these playing in these pressure situations, giving them proper, you know, every game you play, of course, as an associate nation is cutthroat. As Blompier comes in again, pushed forward, but just edged fine, picked up at gully. And that's Hunter K again, wearing that wide brim cap. As the end of the over, 55 for 6 after 13 overs. 106 needed off 7 overs.
I think if Jersey qualify for UAE, you know, they've earned it, and that's more my point. You know, if whatever good stuff comes to them in the future, they're definitely worth it. They're working very hard. They've clearly got their plans, and they know their skills. It's nice to watch.
Well, Jersey, if they complete this victory, they've got Germany on Tuesday the 18th at College Fields, and then they'll be playing Italy, which could be the decider. Strikes hard. Picked up by Jonty Jenner.
Good fielding.
And a long off, good bit of fielding. What an arm Johnny Jenner has. It was
Absolutely.
noticed actually, picked up by, I think, one of the umpires, Alan Hago, having a chat. The interval. And he said Jenner has quite the arm on him. Just wondering if these overcast conditions are going to produce a bit of rain.
I think we might be just okay, actually.
Well, we've been just okay after the last couple games, actually. We've avoided the rain every game. As the ball's just picked up onto the leg side there. Picked up by Ben Ward. A good bit of fielding. It's good running as well. Well, that's being applauded by all sides there. Wow, 103. Pardon me.
6.4.
And dot balls worth their weight in gold now for Jersey. And another dot ball. Ben Stevens proving invaluable. Sure, he's lining himself up to be player of the match here. At the end of the game. So he comes in again. 58 for 6. Picked up by Hunter K there. Well, just about picked up by Hunter K. Even he has a smile on the 29-year-old. Well, like we've been saying, this is all part of this qualification pathway to the Men's T20 World Cup in 2020 in Australia. The opportunity to play against some of the biggest sides in the world on the biggest stage. Advances down the creek, it's up and over, but we think it's going to be caught. An easy catch for Jonty Jenner there out of mid-off. Oh, pardon me, long off. Ben Stevens picks up his second. And as easy as that.
Fantastic catch. They made it look easy.
We've been seeing Jonty Jenner in the warm-ups to each game. Practice them catches. Isn't it appropriate? Jenner picks up a catch off the bowling of Stevens after the wonderful partnership they had in the middle earlier on in the innings. Paving the way for Jersey to put on a score of 160 for 5 after 20 overs. Now Norway sitting on 59 for 6.
We spoke to the coach during the interval, and he actually said, or at the start, should I say, and he did mention that they practice at a certain level. So when they go out onto the pitch, then they're able to execute their skills. So it definitely shows.
I think we are seeing that. Well, you just see the nature in which the Norwegian batsmen are coming out. I think even themselves know the near impossible task they have. Required run rate is 17 and over. As Blompier is going to be bowling again from the 3G end. It's been a very impressive performance once again from the Jersey cricket team. Really lining themselves up in contention. The umpire acting as the kit man once again. Pushed forward again, almost saved by Blompier. And I just picked up a long off there. Collects it and just a single. Well, 60 for 7 now. Now, Kira, what are they going to be saying if they get this victory? Is it about keeping the motivation going forward? Not getting lackadaisical, not getting lazy? As Blompier comes in again. And that pushes that forward. They go for a risky single here. Could be a run-out direct hit. Jake Dunford does his celebration once again. The aeroplane wings are out. It's a direct hit. And it's absolutely tremendous cricket.
That was fantastic. You just know that when he gets his hands on the ball, there's something special going to happen.
Well, he sure loves a celebration. And he's got every reason to do one. Absolutely wonderful bit of cricket. He went after the ball. They had to run it. Of course, in this situation, I think he had his eyes on the bowler's stumps as soon as he set off, picked it up.
You could feel his energy. It was the challenge. It was fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, Jake Dunford, 3 games. It's hard not to take your eye off him. Little Jack Russell, as Kira was alluding to earlier. He's got a celebration to match his enthusiasm, flying around the pitch like an aeroplane. Well, 60 for 8 now.
He seems to be one of these players as well that his other teammates bounce off him.
Absolutely.
And he creates an energy. It's, you know, as I use the word, it's contagious and it builds. These people are vital in every team.
Well, Ahmed's now joined by Bart at the crease. He's got a smile on his face, does Jake Dunford. I think even the batsman there is appreciating the effort that he just put in. Blompier, 9 for 1 from his 2.2. In he comes. And just puts that onto his leg side, plays that off his hip, and just a single once again. Well, there's one thing Jersey have done very well, and it's controlled the opposition's innings in all 3 of their games.
Yeah. From Dom bowling at the tail end, I suppose, the later batters, I'd like to see him actually give it a little bit more flight and bring in his mid-on, mid-off into play and see if he can force an error there. Definitely as a leggy, you want to give it a little bit more flight. The batters, I suppose there's still so much area to keep on working their singles.
Pushes that forward, awfully defensive in this situation in the game, needing 100 runs. I understand they don't have wickets in hand, but required run rate of 18.75.
Yeah.
You think you got to be going if you want to play for the win. Maybe it's too far for them. And again, another dot ball. Hawkins K picks up there, and a tremendous over. And a tremendous bit of skill once again from wicketkeeper Jake Dunford. It's going to be hard not to say his name throughout this tournament. And what are these Norwegian batsmen saying right now?
It's really hard to know. It's just interesting how they've gone about their innings. I'm sure they're trying to get as many runs as they can. That's always their intention.
Yeah, 101 needed from 5 overs. And Ben Stevens once again going to be the bowler here from the retirement home end at the KGB. Pushes forward and a dot ball again. And with every dot ball, this game is slipping away. Norway. Hawkins K tries his best. That's a great shot for the covers there. It's picked up by Julia Summerer, and again just collects that. Well, that's a nice bit of running there between the wickets.
And a really nice shot. Okay, the line was a little bit wider and he just pushed his hands through it.
And that's gone in the air. A lofted drive again, picked up by Julia Summerer. Out there playing deep extra cover. Well, plenty of support still from the Jersey players around the boundary. They really have spread them around the ground. Long off, long on. Cow corner. Deep square leg. Deep cover point as well. All bases covered. Not allowing any shots. They're going to have to go over. They're going to need 20.90 runs per over right now. Swing and a miss. The umpire calls wide. Signalling the scorer's box there. You're just waiting for the scorer's box to acknowledge him. Well, that's just on the edge, but just finds the almost fly slip roll there. Big calls from the boundary here. Plenty of energy still in this Jersey side.
White ball.
And another wide ball here. Ben Stevens just losing his line a little bit. He gets a lot of encouragement from Jake Dunford there. And that's a big appeal there. Umpire Hago. Nothing from him. Well, 65 for 8. One to come. And the 16th over. 96 needed from the final 4. And that's just pushed forward. And that's very defensive. And are they now going for batting experience? Kira nods her head. It's difficult to tell. It is difficult
actually,
to tell.
You've got teams, you've got players at all different experience levels. I think they've highlighted probably as a unit that they're probably not going to go win, and yeah, maybe they are trying to get some experience out of it, not be out.
Well, such a positive start from the Norwegian batsman, hitting 7 off the first over, then 6. But all of a sudden, Julius Samarar picks up 2 wickets in an over. Completely flips the dynamic. Let's just push forward. They're going to run for a single. Ston Blompier goes for it. Well, they've had this double header and they've took it on full steam ahead, and it's proved no issue for them as they're nearing on a victory here to leave them firmly at the top of the table before the rest day. But there will be action on the rest day because of rain on the first day, on the Saturday, sorry. On the first day, we will be playing Norway-Denmark tomorrow, 10:45. There's an appeal there, and it's given out. And that's the 9th wicket. But he falls. Blompier grabs his second, called LBW. Well, 1 wicket to go.
Again, not trying to be overly fancy, they're sticking to their plans, and Norway are making the mistakes.
Well, it's been clinical from Jersey in all parts of the game today. From their batting performance, winning the toss, electing to bat. A wise decision considering they've seen Norway in this tournament put on 151. They had faith in their batting lineup, and Jonty Jenner and Ben Stevens putting on a fantastic partnership to get them into the hundreds. And the likes of Hawkins K moving them into 160. Don Blompier as well, appearing with the bat, leaving the score at 160 for 5 after 20 overs. A big score for any team to chase in T20 cricket.
Absolutely.
And a clinical performance in the field once again. And with the ball, as Blompier comes in, and just plays a nice defensive stroke there. Another dot ball. 2 to come, the single signal by the umpire. To finish this off. Hit along the ground, they run a single and he's off the mark. Now, Junaid gets a run to his name. Plompier to finish off his over. Driven forwards, and there is a run there. And that's just a single to finish off Blompier's spell, where he's bowled very well. 12 for 2 from his 4 overs.
Absolutely.
As we're just going to take a look at the bowling figures here for Jersey. Very impressive all round. Kira, talk us through this, because it has been very clinical from the bowlers.
Yeah, they came out and they stuck to their plans, line and length, and they built pressure from both ends, handing the ball over. I suppose looking at the extras in comparison to the Norway side, there are six obviously extras. Again, just going back to plans, they've come out with plans and they've stuck to them. They've kept it very, very simple.
Yeah, fantastic little middle spell there by Ben Stevens, including that one-handed catch. Absolutely tremendous cricket. Well, Pushes forward, driven. Now Ben Ward bowling here from the retirement home end. Just misses the ball there. Ben Ward be keen to get a wicket to his name in this tournament. It must be, and you've played tournaments, getting that first wicket as a bowler in the tournament.
Oh, it is. It's breaking.
Breaking the mold. And he comes in again. And we'll be thinking, big chase from Hawkins K. It's almost a competition, like I said. Jonty Jenner and Hawkins K having a little running race to the ball there. Hawkins K had the big advantage as he chucks his hat back to him. Well,
I'd like to see him flight this ball up a little bit further.
That's pushed very well. Just a nice little sweep. A little overthrow, but they just grab a single there. Now 90 needed. That's 36 required, or 38. So they are above the game is out of touch now for the Norwegians. What can they get from this? Time in the middle? Experience?
Yeah, all their batters are getting a bat for their next game.
Absolutely. Well, after this, Jersey will be facing Germany and then Italy on Tuesday, Wednesday. They're going to need 2 wins from 2. So we're just going to check over what the Guernsey-Italy score is, just to find out the result of that ground, because that will shape the points table at the end of this game. Ben Ward, 12 for nothing after his 2 overs. Goes for 5 in that over. 73 for 9 in the 18th after 18 overs. 2 overs to come. The game is out of touch for Norway. Jersey looking to finish this off. Well, as we're just getting the Guernsey score in here. Well, they need 15 off the final 3 balls. Guernsey do to complete a victory. So we're just going to have that next to us and talk you through that. You've got Andrew Leonard on commentary if you want to watch the finale. It's probably a bit more interesting than this one. All the games at this Europe final being streamed live in the ICC YouTube channels and also the Facebook on the T20 World Cup channels. There's Elliot Miles. Big shot there. It's going to be picked up by the fielder. That long off. Elliot Miles making a return. It looks like Italy going to get that victory in that game, which means they're going to have 3 from 3 as well. And they're going to be at the top of the table with Guernsey, but I think Guernsey might have it on run rate, and they will after this game, definitely. Jersey, pardon me, not Guernsey. So I mix up my Channel Islands once again. A common mistake in this commentary box today. Many apologies. Let's just push forward. Well, Kira, what are your thoughts on the game? Very generic question, I do apologise. It was very flat forward.
For putting me on the spot there.
Well, how impressive of Jersey being as Elliot comes in again. And the ball pitches up very shortly. There's a big appeal for a wicket there. Where's he out his crease? The umpire's having none of it. But how impressive is this Jersey unit?
They're very good. I'm really excited to see them against Italy and just other teams as well. They've definitely set a standard in the tournament.
And he's driven right that 4. That's a straight hit, and that's going to be for 4. What a wonderful shot. They find the boundary in the 19th over. That's a wonderful shot. These batsmen are having a little bit of fun out there.
Why not?
Well, just confirmation that Italy have won that game at the College Field. They'll be sitting at the top of the table as well with Jersey. As Jersey finish, they'll be sitting at top with run rate. And will be in pole position. And if both sides win their next games, all will be decided on Wednesday the 19th of June at College Field, Jersey versus Italy. Well, one more over to come here. 79 for 9. Elliot Miles, 13 for nothing off his 2 overs. He'll be happy after his performance in the first game today against Denmark. Well, it's been a tremendous day's cricket in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals. Broadcasting live. Ben Ward to finish it off for Jersey. Just a lovely bit of bowling there. Gives him a fuller delivery. Just driven straight into the hands of the bowler. Couldn't ask for more. And again, fuller delivery. This is probably going to be caught on the boundary by Jonty Jenner. And that finishes it off here for Jersey. Another comprehensive victory.
I don't think there's safer hands on the pitch, apart from the keeper.
Well, a tremendous catch, matching a tremendous performance by this Jersey squad here. They've pulled off another pretty ruthless victory over their European counterparts in this tournament. This victory will leave them at the top of the table. Kira, another step closer to possibly the global qualifier.
Absolutely, and they worked very hard. Like these results don't come along too easy. You have to put together the whole, your batting, bowling and fielding, and they've really shown us what they're capable of today.
Well, if we just look at this scorecard here, it does show a pretty dismal picture for the Norwegian side. Strong start from Iqbal, hitting 11 off 11, but losing the wickets of Ulhak and Gahuri very quickly. Suddenly it landed up.
I think Norway as well have also come across a really good side. There's definitely batters there that can bat. Maybe how they put it together maybe needs to be have a look at. But they did come across some fine bowling. Executed really, really well, line, length, and also backed up by the field. We've spoke about that so much, and it may sound boring, but it's how it is, and it speaks for itself.
Well, comprehensive bowling performance by the Jersey side here. Ben Stevens, the pick of the bowlers, with 3 for 17 from his 4 overs. Don Blompier as well, picking up 2. And Anthony Hawkins-Kay picking up another, leaving him top wicket taker in the tournament at the end of day 2. And, well, where does this leave us? It's been a fantastic 2 days cricket today. Over the last 2 days, we've seen a lot. We've seen Jersey, Guernsey, and Denmark, and Germany. What are your thoughts after the first 2 days of cricket?
There's a lot of talent on display. I think it's how some of it's been put together. Needs to be looked at, but I think there's some really, really good cricketers. And there is pressure on these guys. What's up for grabs is huge. So, you're getting guys to try to perform under pressure, and that's hard.
Do you think we have seen the nerves playing a little bit?
Maybe more so on the first day. The guys seem to have settled in, and maybe this was some of the guys' first game today. So, yeah, you're hoping to think that they're gone now at this stage and they're into the tournament, but people react differently to these situations. So
now the rest days, what do players usually get up to on their rest days?
It depends. So many people do different things. Some people like to get away from cricket completely. Some people like to catch up with family, friends, or maybe some people like to go have a net and just hit some more balls. So
what about yourself, Kira? What was your habit?
Lie down.
Lie down. Absolutely. Well, looking at the match summary here, Jersey won the toss, elected to bat first, 160 for 5. After their 20 overs, a fantastic knock from Ben Stevens, hitting 44 off 41 balls, and Jonty Jenner partnering him with that nice 35, as I get my numbers out, off 27. Don Blompier as well, appearing with the bat, hitting a nice 21. There was also a nice bit of bowling from the Norwegian sides, like Kira said. They were no mean feat, and they made things difficult at some points during the innings. But the bowling was very supreme from the Jersey side to knock down Julius Samarat, hitting 2 wickets in his first over, including one of his first ball, to suddenly knock the momentum off the Norwegian side. And they finish 79 all out in the 19th over. Highlight for me has to be that's Ben Stevens' catch. Unbelievable.
Yes, and also the wicketkeeper's run out.
Oh,
fantastic.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
fantastic.
we'll be saying Jake Dunford's name. So I'm just going to have a look. Now, hopefully the points table has updated, and we will see an updated points table at the top of this. Well, there we have it. Well, Italy. Oh, well, it hasn't been updated fully, but Jersey will slot above Italy just due to their net run rate. Well, we are going to leave you here. There will be more live cricket tomorrow. It was meant to be a rest day, but unfortunately, because of the abandoned game that occurred yesterday at College Field, we shall be seeing Norway take on Denmark at College Field at 10:45 tomorrow. That will be commentated by Andrew Leonard, and I'm sure we will be making an appearance to help our colleague out. But in the meantime, this has been Ian Leggett and Kira Metcalf. Thank you very much for watching. A Jersey victory on day 2.